Something is deeply wrong. You can feel it. So what has happened to us? And what should we do about it? Join the Finding Gnosis Show. It's an open panel for people trying to figure out what's really going on in this strange existence and what we should be doing while we're here. Join us as we all find Gnosis together. Gnosis is knowledge. We need to find out what's going on. We need to find out what we should be doing. Chat soon on the Finding Gnosis Show.
Disclaimer. This show is for discussion and entertainment purposes only. The Finding Gnosis Show is a platform for open discussion, exploration, and opinion sharing. The views expressed by hosts, guests, and participants are personal opinions and do not constitute professional, medical, legal, or financial advice. All topics discussed are only intended to spark curiosity, entertain, and encourage independent thought. If any subject interests you, we strongly advise conducting your own thorough research using reliable and professional sources. Critical thinking and due diligence is key. Stay curious, stay informed, be well, be lucky, and don't be an arsehole.
Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange. Don't you wanna live forever? Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella.
Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange.
Nothing ever was normal anyway, and for sure it never will be, not a hope of that.
Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange.
Everything is just gonna get so very weird. Flamingos given hooves and beards, cats that are half dogs, people with gills swimming through purple seas.
Narcissistic psychopaths dancing with their holograms, robotic mosquitoes threatening to block out the sun.
Children raised by algorithmic shamans, whilst nobody watches them. Everybody screaming
Joy, terror, joy, terror. Nobody knowing what silence is.
constantly stimulated. Constantly simulated.
Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange.
Monkey minds with eyeballs plugged into glowing screens, dreaming of electric streams, chemically perfect orgasm screams, pleasures that no longer need another human being.
The dead might talk through vending machines, selling immortality schemes, trips across peculiar universes, completely subjective digital eternities,
where nobody ever truly meets.
Grandma cloned
into a glamorized cyber girl beauty queen.
Nothing sacred
anymore, it seems.
Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange.
Reality peeling apart at the seams, a cosmic joke fueled by synthetic caffeine.
Forever in forever strange, forever. Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange. Don't you wanna live forever? Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella.
And somewhere beneath the noise and the lies, a frightened little creature still looks at the skies, asking,
What the hell is going on here?
what are we supposed to do?
Was any of this ever true? Forever in forever strange. Forever strange, we're gonna be forever strange. Don't you wanna live forever? Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella.
Will there still be need for love?
Was love ever real anyway?
Was it all
Is that what everything was for? All the struggle, all the wars, the slavery, the oppression, the revolutions, the apparent progress. All so we could remain forever strange. Forever. Don't you wanna live forever? Forever. And forever strange. Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange. Don't you wanna live forever? Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella. Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange. Forever. Forever strange.
Where do you go to? 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 When you leave my mind's eye. When you leave my mind's eye. Yeah, where do you go to? 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 When you leave my mind's eye. Solipsistic crazy bastard. Solipsistic crazy bastard. Solipsistic crazy bastard. Solipsistic crazy bastard. Where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go when I close my eyes? Where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go when I stop thinking about you? Solipsistic crazy bastard. Solipsistic crazy bastard. This world is all about me. This world is all about me. This world is, but if I be the one, but if I be the one, imagine solipsistic bastard. Crazy, dumb cunt!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Finding Gnosis. We're trying to find out what is going on in this strange existence that we are all apparently sharing, and what exactly it is we should be doing here before we disappear, or possibly disappear, in this strange existence that we are all apparently sharing. Just opening up the show now. The link is below the video. You can click on it and come on, and we can talk about whatever pops up, whatever you feel is on your mind, whether it's some kind of factoid that you'd like to bring to our attention, something perhaps you feel we should know, something you've just discovered recently. Maybe it's a question you have for us all, a question that's perplexing you, a question that might help us all to think about and try and answer. Maybe it hasn't got a good answer, but still it's worth thinking about. Alan Hill, good to see you here. Do come on if you want to. He says, are you a Gnostic Christian? No, I'm not a Gnostic Christian. But I do vibe with the whole finding of Gnosis idea, trying to find knowledge, meaning that helps one in this strange existence to transcend, to find salvation, to make it worthwhile. Hello to the panel verse as well. Good to see you there. So we'll just wait peacefully for somebody to come on, and hopefully it won't be that long. Although it is Saturday night, so maybe people are out and about doing things. We will see. We will see who comes along. Okay, so I think we'll play some music in the meantime while we're waiting for somebody to do something. Alan, do you want to come on and talk about it? I think it's a good agitator in that it makes people think about the significance of life. It makes people think about, suffering and the infliction of suffering on others. It makes people perhaps take existence a little bit more seriously, because it really does, in an almost punk manner, put in people's faces the real problem of life. And life is a problem. It's a problematic phenomenon that can cause terrible suffering. It's a good agitator. It's a good thought provoker. But other than that, I think that's all it's good for. I think that's all it's good for, because it doesn't actually I don't think it does anything in terms of solving the problem. It just maybe provokes people to think about it, and maybe provokes them to take better care of themselves and others. Hopefully.
This is the Finding Gnosis Show. If you would like to join the conversation, please click on the link below the video now!
Hello, Ricardo. Do you want to come on here, mate, and save the show? Good to see you. That's very unfortunate and terrible, Alan. They're not necessarily procreating them, Alan. It's the person's individual choice to be vegan or not. And unfortunately, his daughter chose the wrong path in my view. But the parent didn't actually make them become vegan. The parent didn't make them become carnivore. That person chose to be one themselves, unfortunately. Alan says his point is when a vegan procreates, they risk bringing another animal abuser into existence. Yeah, but Alan, the point is others are doing it all the time. You're not, when you advocate for anti-natalism, you're not really achieving anything in my view. Others will continue to create life. So you're better off pushing for policy changes, law changes in terms of veganism. If you want to ensure that animals are treated better and not having their rights violated, well then, advocating for anti-natalism, in my view, isn't going to do that. What is going to do that is actually trying to gain power, trying to influence power, to change policy, to change the law, so that animals are not abused, so that animals do not have their rights violated. And also becoming some kind of influencer, perhaps, to persuade people. Maybe you're one of the cool kids and you can do that. That's what changes people's ways, Alan. Okay, waiting for somebody to come on. Alan, why don't you come on instead of asking questions? Honestly, I'm not going to talk to you unless you come on. I don't know why can't you come on? Tell us, Alan. Alan says, how does vegans unintentionally help with the non-vegan population in the world, especially when they can also create more non-vegans? They say he's vegan too, by the way, he does activism and he does all that too. He says he doesn't voice chat for anonymity. Okay. Alan, as I've already said, if anti-natalism to me is a nothing burger, people are the biological imperative to survive and all these things, I think, overpowers human human encouragement of others not to breed. Like the fact is, you either feel like that or you don't, and most people do not agree with anti-natalism. The world will keep turning. People will still keep coming into it, perhaps exponentially so, or the death of the universe or whatever. And so therefore, these little arguments are non-starters, nothing burgers, in my view. What you really need to concentrate on, in terms of devoting your energy, getting utility out of yourself, is to try and influence people in power, try and persuade power, to try and get policy changed, to try and be somebody others look up to, and become a good role model for others, so they might follow suit and become vegan like you do. Oh, sorry, the music. Sorry, I forgot. I'm very sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I forgot the music was playing there. Sorry, Alan. Ricardo, are you coming on? Yeah, the music's down now. The music's off. I'm just waiting for somebody to come on. This is the Finding Gnosis Show. We're trying to find out what the hell is going on and what we should be doing here whilst we are here in this strange existence, apparently sharing it with others. Okay, let me just change the banner. The show has started. It's just that nobody is here yet. Let me see if I can Okay. There you go. I've just changed the ticker. That's what it's called in the StreamYard studio. Alan, who's got a real bee in his bonnet and a little boner for anti-natalism, says, sure, influencing people is important, but isn't bringing more animal exploiters into the world also important, especially when no one can choose whether their kid is going to be vegan or not? Yes, you know, you're right. That is, I suppose, something to consider. But you see, Alan, you have to also think about the fact that if a person doesn't have a kid, all right, there is this problem of resources. Okay, other people will use their resources to have kids, so like the space is going to be taken up by someone else, whether someone has kids or not. Someone else is going to have kids. They're going to gobble up the resources. They're going to use what they can. Okay, so if person A doesn't have kids, person B might take over that person's resources and have a lot more kids than person A would have had when person A dies. So if person A has a kid, he could, for example, leave his house to his one kid, and then that one kid could have one kid. Okay. But if person A doesn't have any kids, well, then that house falls into a situation where it will be taken by, say, some family relative, or go to the government and be auctioned off or whatever. Point is, it could fall into someone else's hands, who will then benefit from the resources and have more kids than, say, the lineage of the person A, who might have just had one kid, and then their kid had one kid. Sounds quite complicated, but I think there's a lot going on there in terms of economics, resources, and just how humans who want to create life, you know, when they get their fingers on resources, they tend to have more. Okay, they tend to have more, and there's no way of escaping that in this world. So if you're a vegan anti-natalist and you want to, you know, prevent others from having kids, well, even when if you think you're doing something and you die and your resources fall in and you don't leave it to anybody, Well, then it'll go, or you leave, say, your money to a charity, a cat charity or something. Well, who's running that charity? It's going to be somebody perhaps with a desire to have children, or who already has children. And so you're going to be serving them no matter what you do. No, it's nothing like that, Alan. Alan says that kind of sounds like if you don't buy meat, someone else will buy it. More kids is more kids, you know. No, it's not. It's not like that at all, actually, Alan. No, it's not. I mean, the point about it is you can make policy changes to prevent people eating meat if you want to. We can get to that stage. I believe we can. We can get to the point where, as a society, as a people, we move beyond animal agriculture, you know, and for a myriad of reasons. Not just the violations of animal rights, but also for reasons of health. That might be more persuasive to some people. But the point is, and also we're at this time as well, because of climate change and all that, animal agriculture isn't exactly the world's friend if you care about the future of the world. Animal agriculture releases more methane and CO2 than you know, crop culture. Sorry, crop agriculture. So yeah. Alan says you are way more open-minded than LA, and he appreciates that. Okay. I hope I'm not too open-minded that my brains have fallen out. Could have happened. Sorry. Just having a tasty beverage. Well, it doesn't look like anybody's going to come on here. We will see. We will see. We will see. Alan, get down off your high horse. I mean that metaphorically, of course, not a real horse. And admit that you can't prove you're doing anything. Alan, even with your anti-natalism, you can't prove you're not, in you not having a kid, you can't prove you haven't opened up the door to pro-natalists to have more kids because of your choice to disengage in the breeding process. You can't for sure say that. What you're doing, Alan, is you're presenting an egotistical attachment to your own DNA, to your own non-existent DNA, and thinking you've done something when in actual fact you can't prove you've done anything, and you can't prove that you actually haven't perhaps negatively affected your cause, which is veganism and anti-natalism, by not having kids. You could have opened up the possibility of more people being born because of your, you know, desire not to create life. You could have opened up the possibility for more people to be born to do harm to animals as well. These are things you can't disprove, Alan, whether you like it or not. And the point is, that's why I think it's more important to keep your eye on the ball and think about animal welfare, animal rights, policy changes that we can implement in that regard, and also human welfare, human rights, and trying to raise living standards, trying to educate people, and trying to create harmony and peace on this otherwise godforsaken planet. Where are all the regulars? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not telling you to have a kid. I'm just saying you can't be sure that you're doing anything positive, Alan. Now, you might say, but I'm doing it for the non-existent person. Well, the non-existent person doesn't exist. So there's no one to actually say is that they are benefiting from your action. And you can't prove to me that you were going to have a kid anyway. I mean, you could be firing blanks for all I know. You know, it may be that you, no matter how many times you had sex, your girlfriend miscarried. So there's actually no evidence that you've done anything. You're just saying something. Oh, I chose not to have kids. Well, you can't prove to me that you ever were going to have them. You can't. You can say, oh, I think it's immoral to have children. Fair enough. But you can't prove to me that your choices have actually changed anything. He says he'll have a vasectomy this summer. Again, you can do that. Good for you, if that makes you happy. You know, I had one before, but I'm not saying I've done anything. I've achieved anything. Only for my own, you know, selfish reasons. I perhaps, you know, I don't think I'd enjoy being a father at this stage in my life. And yeah, B, yeah, that's it. I don't think it would be a good idea for me personally. But I can't say I've changed the world or made a better world because of that. I can't say, you know, I've saved anybody or anything, because I can't A, prove that anybody would have definitely come anyway, and B, you know, I definitely could have opened up, and you could open up a vortex for others to come in more so, as I've already tried to establish. Your resources will be eaten up by this phenomenon called life. They will utilize your house, your money, the space, even if you burn all your property, everything like that. What you're doing is you're creating less competition for others. You burn your house down, so what? They'll build over it, and they'll build a big block of flats for all the pro-natalists to live in and pump out their babies. You don't put anyone into the field of play, well, then there's more of them to play however they want, and they may well be opposed to both of your ideologies. And that's the crazy situation we're here. Alan, there are no easy answers here. I'm not condemning you. I'm just saying there's no easy answers. Anybody who is like saying, I'm doing right here, I'm the righteous one. Come on, get with the program. Hell wouldn't be hell if there was an easy way out here. It's brutal here. It's so brutal, I don't think you even know how brutal it is. That sounds ridiculous, but it's so brutal. I think you're coping hard with your anti-natalism. Yeah. Alan says, I don't understand your hypothetical, because those who breed will breed no matter if he breeds or not. Well, no, Alan. People they will have more children if they have access to more resources. That's a simple fact of the matter. Okay. If they have a bigger house, okay. If they get the job your children, if they get a job that your child would have had otherwise, they've opened themselves up to more money. All these things feed back to allowing them to have advantages that favor their outlook, which is pronatalism. There's an intrinsic link between economics and antinatalism that I think a lot of people miss out. There's a link between resources and antinatalism. You know, and there's also the problem of slowing down the trajectory of human progression. I mean, that doesn't come into the equation at all. That you're not thinking about that. Is it good that, you know, you're dissuading people from just living their lives? Is that good when, you know, human brains are the only intellectually endowed organs capable of trying to come up with solutions to suffering for our lives and for all life throughout time and space, as far as we know? That's no small matter here, Alan. That's no small matter. What we're gonna do? There's been fucking billions of years of fucking suffering, and suddenly we're just gonna fold now, throw our cards on the table and say, sorry, we're going home. We're giving up here. Do you know how long there is in the future? How much abject, horrific suffering could be in the future because people are choosing to fold now? Do you know how much life has been through on this godforsaken planet up to this point? And now you're saying, oh, as the intellectually endowed species, we should drop out and let the fucking life continue to perhaps suffer horrifically for God knows how long. because you think you're doing something virtuous. I scoff at the vanity of your view. Vainglorious cope-seeking, self-soothing, undeserved comfort, glory hunting, virtue signaling. That's all you're doing, Alan. You're doing nothing. Nothing. In fact, you're doing worse than nothing. Worse than nothing. And you think you're doing something virtuous. You think you're doing something good. Hell wouldn't be hell, Alan, if it was as simplistic as you're suggesting. The way out of it is get with the program. Life is a terrible phenomenon that has popped up, God knows how, via abiogenesis in this strange cosmic catastrophe that came from God knows where. And you think you've solved the fucking problem. You think that you have done something good in the face of billions of years of probably infinite amounts of agonizing suffering, probably somewhere in the cosmos in any one moment. You think your little egotistical attachment to your non-existent DNA that you can't prove was going to exist anyway, you think that's something good? You think you've done good? You think you're doing good advocating for others not to put an intellectually endowed being into the game? An intellectually endowed being they can condition to try and be a well-meaning member of society, a well-meaning and a well-meaning member of society who can help move towards trying to find out what the fuck is going on here, because nobody knows what the fuck is going on here, Alan. That's no small fucking issue either. What the fuck is going on here, Alan? How the fuck did we get here? How the fuck did we get here, Alan? How can we stop this from happening again? You're going on as if, oh, we can stop it if we don't have kids. No one's listening to you. No one gives a fuck about that. They're all out there bonking away in the back alley after a fucking night of too many brandies at the back of a fucking nightclub. They don't give a shit about what you're saying. Life is continuing, with or without you, baby. And, I'm thinking about that life. I'm not standing here on parade in a narcissistic fucking, manner saying, I've done something good. All I've done is made space for others to have more. All I've done is made space for others to create more fucking life. Fuck. And how do we know they will be minded like you, Alan? How do we know they will be vegan? How do we know they will care about suffering? Because look, if there's one thing that's good about you, you care about suffering. You care about the suffering of animals, the voiceless, and you care about human beings who have to go through abysmal pain and suffering here. But by golly, you're not preventing it. By golly gosh, you're not. You think you are. You think you are. And that's your cope. You're sucking your coke up as if it's like a vegan milkshake and it's making you feel good. It's making you feel good as it goes inside and twirls around. But it's complete scutter. And it's an unthinking man's way of trying to cope with reality, Alan, because you can't face it. You can't face it. You can't face how bad it is. And it's so bad. It's so bad. You have no option, Alan, but to continue trying to defeat it. Continue trying to defeat it, Alan. There's no way out. There's no easy way out here, Alan. We don't know what the fuck's going on. You're acting like you do, you cocksure, confident bollocks. You confident fucking little prankster. That's what, you know what you are. You're a fucking abomination. You're a cocky little shit. As if you have the fucking answers. As if you have the fucking answers. As if you're showing me in any way. Show me what you're doing. That is provably good. Show me before you start pontificating on the fucking morality of others in relation to procreation. Show me that you're stopping the sins of humanity. Show me how the fuck you're achieving it, Alan, because by golly gosh, you're not doing anything in that regard. Zero. You hear that? You're not a hero. You're not a hero. You're zero. Alan says he will show it at some point. Impossible. Impossible, Alan. Alan, come on here and talk to me about how you're going to show it. How is Alan Hill going to show it? There's 8 billion people on this planet. We're going to get to 10 billion or so. All you're doing is creating space for the inevitable, Alan, which is the explosion of life. And we are no different to any other life form. We're like a mold on a discarded tangerine. We grow until we cannot grow anymore. And then we lessen our growth. That's what's going on here. This is the mouse utopia. This is the explosion of human life. Humans taking a peek at each other from different angles and realizing we don't really like each other all that much. And some people choose not to keep going by their own hand. And some people choose not to bring others into this world for that reason. Okay. I don't believe in forcing people to do anything, you know, once they're here, if they don't want to. But the problem rolls on, Alan, whether you like it or not. The problem rolls on, and that is the phenomenon of life. Suffering as a problem. It rolls on with or without you, Alan. With or without you. Okay. As I've already said to you, Alan, I don't know if you have an intellectual impairment. I don't know if you do, and I'm sorry if you do. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. That's the problem of being on the internet, because you can't always tell. But Alan, I'm beginning to think you do. I've already stated to you. This is his question: how is procreating more human beings a good thing when 99% of humans are animal exploiters? Yes, they are. But you know, someone not having a kid can open the floodgates for others to have more kids than they would have had. I've already tried to explain this to you. And this is basic fucking biology. Fucking Cougar Duma here is the fucking resident biologist. He can come on here and tell me if I'm right here that, you know, life finds a way. Life finds a fucking way to flourish. Evolution, baby. If you create space for life, life's going to go in there and fucking find a way to fucking survive. If the anti-natalists dissuade others from having kids, well, the pro-natalists are going to fill the gap and maybe create more people than would have been created if those anti-natalists had kids. Because the anti-natalists are usually, you know, quite intellectual, quite smart, and maybe they'd only have 1 or 2 kids, whereas the pro-natalists might have fucking 10 kids. Using the same resources that the anti-natalists would have used. Alan Hill says a vegan kid can open a floodgate. See, Alan, this is all true. This is why I'm telling you to fucking concentrate on the important matter, which is policy, law changes, persuasion of power, the removal of corruption, activism, and also science and fucking technology. Fuck me. Some redundant, narrow-lensed look at reality through the fucking Benatarian framework. If only it was that simple. If only existence was that narrow. As if only the problems of existence could be solved through such a narrow lens. Holy shit balls. Alan, I'm only look. Alan says he's sorry. He's making lots of. I don't. Where is he? Where is his comment? He says, "Fuck me, it's not showing." Alan says sorry. He's severely sleep deprived, so he's making lots of typos. Yes, Alan, that's fine. I'm only bantering with you. I don't think you're really stupid. I think the thing about you is you're very clever and caring, and this is the tragedy here. The clever, caring people who we need to maybe motivate people to do things like the policy changes I'm talking about, are getting sidetracked by this nothing burger, which can't be provably doing anything good. Alan, I want to say something else there, but it's nice to have you here, Alan. And by the way, I'm not happy about any of this, Alan. I'm not happy about any of this. So don't think for one moment I take delight in this shit. You know? Don't think I take delight in stomping on anti-natalism. I don't. Life is horrific. Suffering is an abysmal imposition. It doesn't always lead to, transcend like some kind of change in a person for the better. It doesn't always lead to enlightenment. Sometimes it's just suffering that sucks. It does no good. It does harm. So I'm not one of these people that worship suffering or think suffering is, I'm not one of these people that think suffering is ultimately good. So don't misinterpret my words. I'm on your page. We're on the same page in terms of suffering. I think suffering sucks. I just don't think your option of convincing everybody to try and not create life is in any way helping to reduce suffering, in a provable manner. It may well be causing more suffering, and that still hasn't been ironed out yet. I mean, where are we going in this world? That's the other issue here. Alan, look, I'm sorry if I'm sounding cocky as well. I don't mean to be, because I'm also just, an average Joe trying to feel his way through crushing reality. So I'm not a prophet. I'm not a bishop up here pontificating, saying I know what's going on. I'm just asking questions. And I don't see any satisfactory answers. You see, you're still stuck on that little fucking babyish idea that one person not creating life prevents suffering, not reduces it. I mean, again, you can't be sure of that, as I've tried to show you through resources and how people who are ideologically opposed to you will use your resources in a manner that will favor them to have more children. Do you disagree with me on that? Do you disagree that when people are handed more resources, do you disagree that, they will, if they are opposed to you and if they are pro-natalists, they will not have more children? He says he finds that argument very weak. Hold on a second. I can't get this. I find your resource argument very weak. Natalists have resources regardless of mine. Yeah, but they'll have more, Alan, more. They'll have more resources in the future to do the natalist dance. More resources to create more people than perhaps would have been made otherwise. And you're not addressing suffering, Alan. This is the thing. You're arguing people shouldn't have kids because suffering. Basically, that's the argument. Suffering sucks, but you're not really addressing the suffering, in my view. And how are we going to end that? There may be a bottleneck because of anti-natalism. Perhaps the population will, be diminished somewhat, but that doesn't mean it won't explode later on and become bigger than ever when everyone's forgotten about anti-natalism. Perhaps there will be more lives than ever being horrifically abused by existence then. And Alan, when we had the possibility, when we had the resources, the natural resources, and when we had minds available, we didn't use the minds, we didn't use the utility to try and end suffering in a way that was meaningful, in a way that was provable. And perhaps we might waste our only chance to do that. Oh, we've got Untrackable. Alan, are you ever going to be able to come on? I mean, I can't. I don't really like talking to the fucking live chat. Untrackable. What's going on?
Yeah, another beautiful day.
Can we get Cougar Doom on here, please? Say that again, Untrackable.
I said it's another beautiful day.
Is it? What's beautiful about it?
I mean, I woke up, I walked outside, same shit, consistency, and then, here you are with an opportunity to speak. I consider that enough.
1 second, Untrackable. Alan says more resources doesn't necessarily equate to more procreation too. But less resources will equate to less procreation.
Well, do these people know what it takes to procreate? It doesn't take much of a mind. It doesn't take an education. It doesn't take a purpose. It takes a cock and a puss and an urge. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. It's a huge problem on Trackable. It's very easy.
Well, if there's overpopulation, it's like, hey, how do we feed all these people? And there's underpopulation. How do we get the people to get to fucking? It's like there's always going to be an argument, but that's on the mass. But what are you doing? How are you living? If you're going to sit here and argue that people shouldn't have kids, and you have kids, well, I don't know what to tell you. If you're going to say that people, shouldn't have kids, but then you wind up being a school teacher teaching other people's kids, it's like, well, why would you engage that way? I don't know what I don't know what
the other side to this is, and it isn't a small problem. If you're living in society and you're benefiting from it being the way it is, as in being a pro-natalist society, if you're living in a society where, there are young people coming up and they are working for less pay than you're willing to work for, they are doing work that you wouldn't be willing to do. And there are people out there, desperately trying to find work to feed their kids. And this is all benefiting you. then to demotivate them. I mean, I find that quite worrying. That you would demotivate those that you are benefiting from, those that you're living off the fat of the land, whether you like it or not, in some way, and you're fucking trying to dissuade these fuckers from doing an honest day's work. You're trying to tell them it's a waste of time, that their dreams don't mean anything, that them wanting to start families and all that is immoral, that them wanting to have the fucking white picket fence and the fucking 4 or 5 bedroom house with a happy wife and happy kids running around. You're trying to tell them not to do that, to be miserable. Okay? Whilst you're living off their fucking labor, you fucking piece of shit. You piece of shit.
Yeah, so much of what I've seen, you talk about like the wages that people work for. And I remember being a kid and working for what was minimum
You will
wage.
take their labor. You will have their nurses wipe your ass when you're dying of fucking cancer. Yeah, you'll have their mechanics. Yeah, you'll have their police officers coming to help you because you fucking can't defend yourself because you're a wimp. Yeah,
and what
you'll
I'm
have their
saying,
ambulances come and pick you up. You'll have their doctors prescribing you SSRIs.
I mean, just picture
And you
this.
will tell them they're the ones who need to fucking stop what they're doing. They're the ones that need to, think about their morality. You're willing to fucking derail the fucking train to progress, okay? Because you think you've got the fucking answers when you've already shown me you can't prove me you've done anything. You can't even prove to me that you would have had a fucking kid in the first place. You can't prove to me that you would ever have got a bird pregnant, that she would never have miscarried. You can't prove to me you've done jack shit. All you're doing is saying fucking words, and I'm fucking fed up of it.
You
Can't prove to me de facto you've done anything but sat on your fucking fat ass telling other people they're arseholes. Take a fucking look in the mirror. You're doing fuck all for humanity. Fuck all. You conceited cunt. You virtue signaling, narcissistic, navel gazing piece of shit. Sorry, Untrackable. What were you saying?
Oh my God, that was beautiful. Do you feel exercised?
I still love him though.
I
still love you, Alan, because at the end of the day, anti-natalism is a good agitator. It does make people think about the horrors of life, and it also makes people question personally. Now that's the issue. Personally, whether they should have kids, that's a personal issue. That whether they want to do it, that's up to their own conscience. Whether they want to do it is another matter. That's a personal matter. Yeah. Says, do I have BPD? No, I don't, Alan. I'm sorry if you've never heard someone put you in your place before. Maybe your dad. Maybe your dad should have done it to you when you were a little kid, because you really needed a kick up the arse by the sounds of it, because you're coming at fucking life in the completely wrong direction, you little scrote. Sorry, go ahead, Untrackable.
No, it's kind of cool because I understand, like my sister, my older sister, and so I'm the youngest of 3, and she got pregnant while she was in high school. So I was 11 years old, and the baby came. There was conversations between her and my mother, I'm sure, about options, yada, yada, yada. But the baby came. I became an uncle at 11 years old. I became a babysitter, an uncle, damn near a father, while I was still a child.
Okay, I want to address something. Sorry, Alan Hill says he likes our D&W. 50% hates him and 50% loves him. It's entertaining. He doesn't understand why he hates. That's because you're autistic, and you can't understand banter, humor, and the fact that There's little nuance. There's nuance in things, you know. I don't hate you. I see you as a human being like me, flawed, imperfect, and prone to talking bullshit, and prone to undue confidence, and let's just say self-soothing in the face of a hellish existence that is nonsense. And yeah, nonsense mainly nonsense. Alan, we're both brothers there. Don't worry, I'm bullshitter too, baby. But it just seems you're more professional at it than me, because you really believe your own bullshit. I know I'm a bullshitter. I know my bullshit is bullshit. You've somehow manipulated your own mind into believing your bullshit is actually fucking virtuous and true and good. But you can't de facto prove any of it, baby.
Is everything okay?
I don't know. Untrackable. Answer that yourself.
Are you okay? Is there something specific that you would like to talk about?
Well, I'm enjoying this little back and forth with Alan. Now, I didn't initially like talking to him because he was in a live chat and he wouldn't come on here. But
Okay.
It's okay. Kugaduma says I'm sounding like a street preacher, except atheist. Agnostic, actually, if you want to know the truth. Yeah, well, I suppose agnostic, atheist.
Yeah, there's all kinds of labels. All kinds of labels. Like I'm a this, I'm a that. I guess what? I'm here today.
Alan Hill is a sock account. Yeah. Also, I thought it might be, but that's okay. I mean, Alan Hill's okay. He says, come on, that made me laugh. You got to appreciate that. Yerf Dogs, I'm sorry I laughed. He says, Yerf Dogs, did you have a romantic relationship with Gary Moore? Come on. That's the romantic relationship from hell, is it not? I mean, yeah.
You gotta love Gary.
You know him, do you?
No, I don't. I just love saying Gary.
Okay.
My bad. It was. I do my best to be British sometimes. It just doesn't work.
Alan Hill is coping hard. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Alan Hill is coping hard. Doo-dah, doo-dah day. Thinks he's doing something. Can't prove anything. Alan Hill is coping hard. Doo-dah, doo-dah day. Yeah.
Yeah, some macaroni and cheese on that.
Uh-huh. I mean, I wish it was that simplistic, Alan. I wish you could take a stroll with your head held high, you know, in the summer evening heat. Walk around under the moon's gaze and think you've achieved something that has benefited the planet. But I don't think you can do that. Not in all honesty. Not without sounding like a complete fucking melon.
You know, I had
your books, baby. Get your books, baby. Devote your time to science and devote your time to maybe economics, maybe. Devote your time to engineering. Try and find a better way forward, Alan. That, you know, because by the way, Alan, you got to appreciate you're living in a world where you're trying to influence people's reactions in an ideological manner. And, you know, let's be honest, Alan, haven't we been trying that since the fucking sun came up? And it's not going very well. Maybe it's time to fucking do things that, you know, direct the lemmings this way or that, you know, maybe changing policy, getting into power, these types of things, rather than fucking sitting on your fucking fat ass on your sofa thinking that you're the fucking Buddha and thinking you've reached enlightenment. You know, when you're just wanking into the wind, my friend. Wanking into the wind. And it's going to blow back on your fucking face. Because you'll realize one day you've wasted your fucking life chatting shit. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I feel like a big brother trying to fucking warn you. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Don't waste your time on something that can't de facto be proven to be any good. I just told you what to do. Start fucking reading science. Start reading fucking political theory. Start reading how to influence power. Do your activism. Yeah. Your vegan activism, that is. Learn about fucking food science. Learn about... There's so much you could do for your causes that don't involve, you know, this fucking mental masturbation online, telling people they're doing wrong when in actual fact you could be the one causing more harm to happen in the future. And you don't even think about it. You don't even think about that possibility. You don't even think about that possibility because you're too busy sucking your own dick. You're too busy sucking your own dick whilst you've got your head up your fucking ass at the same time. So that, you know, in fairness, that is some level of acrobatics, you know, but I don't want to see it, quite frankly. I don't want to see it. And I think anybody else wants to see it either. Tinderbox says, read a book, do some real engineering, advanced technology. Tanel says, that was a hit song right there, D&W. Submit to your... Which one, Tanel? Alan Hill says he already does what he can, but he's open to... I'm trying to suggest you, Alan. I'm not... I know people think I'm a troll or something. I'm not. I'm genuine here. I'm trying to fucking say what I think. Now, you don't have to... No one has to fucking listen to me, by the way. I'm not a magnetic force. You're not compelled to be here. You're choosing to come here of your own volition. Take what you will from what I say. It's up to you to make your own fucking mind up. But for fuck's sake, use your mind. Wanking into the Wind is a good song title. Now he's being an arsehole. Recommend me book, bruv. If you need recommendations on books, I'm worried about you. And I know you're being fucking sarcastic the way you wrote that. And I know you're not that dumb. You're just probably young and lacking in humility. Perhaps you think you know it all. You think you know it all? You know? Yeah, you know nothing. You know nothing. You've given up. You thought you've got to some layer of gold. You've been mining away for meaning. Yeah, but you found fuck all, mate. You found a layer of fool's gold. A layer of fool's gold. And you're willing to fucking, you know, bet your life on it. And think that you've done something meaningful, something virtuous, something good. And you can't in any way prove that. Can't in any way. And it's tragic. It's tragic. It's tragic because I know your cause is noble in that your heart desires goodness. I know that. I'm not saying you're a piece of shit. I'm just saying your the confidence is misguided. So I was just reading the comments. Anyway, Untrackable, over to you.
Yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you're enjoying yourself. No matter the methods that come to you is like sounds like
you got to hand it to them. He is, whether we like it or not, Alan Hill is great in one way, and that is he thinks about the problem of life. Not many people do. Not many people do.
He thinks about what?
The problem of life. Not many people devote enough time to considering it.
Oh,
a lot of people are on the kind of hedonistic treadmill. That they're on the kind of hamster wheel, not thinking about things. They're on autopilot, maybe. and they're not actually trying to think about things. So at least he's doing that much. But I just feel,
I mean, it sounds like effort. The problem of life is effort. You want, do, and don't cry when you don't get because you didn't do. Do something. If you want, if you need, how about this? How about you do something? You can chit chat about it. You can you can do a whole bunch of things, but you're not going to get. You're not going to have, unless you do. So, if that's what it's boiling down to, do something. I don't care what it is. You want $1? You want a house? You want a fucking Lamborghini? Or you want people to laugh at you? I don't care, bro. It's your life, but you better do the thing to get the response. Enough said. Thank you. I'm not trying to cause a hard time for anybody. It's not a brain breaker. You know what I mean? Go to work, get money, pay bills.
Alan Hill
Bills.
says the best thing he can do is sleep because it's almost 3 a.m. But it's more entertaining to listen to D&W get mad at me like those old shitty talk shows. Well, I'm glad you're getting some, amusement out of it. But Alan, I hope you're taking on board some of the thoughts and perhaps thinking a little bit deeper rather than feeling so, cocksure when you've only just begun to scratch the surface of the existential nightmare we're all in. You've only just begun to scratch at the surface. And there are layers to this. And you will be perhaps you will feel that you found a solution. But it's
I think
all the way down.
I think I saw something
going to
about
be more and more to think about.
Alan said something about racism. It's like, wait, are we victims here?
Alan says arrogance is a very bad thing. He tries his best not to be arrogant. Yeah, and again, so do I. I try not to be. I can come across as a bullshitter and a cunt. I know. I try not to, but old habits are very hard to eradicate. And it's not, we live in a world where you're kind of shaped to be like that sometimes, depending on your background. And I was certainly shaped to be a massive cunt. Tinderbox, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show. How are you?
Welcome.
I'm all right. Thank you for asking.
Tinderbox, what's your thoughts on anything we've been discussing so far?
I think you're mostly right on.
And by the way, Tinderbox, am I right to say you're very negative about reality? You've been on
yes, I think you're right.
But you see, anti-natalism to me is the great agitator. It irks people. I mean, it's really a punch in the teeth for people who say life is good. And by the way, metaphorically, at least, I think people do need that. Metaphorically, they need a punch in the teeth. And I don't mean literally go out and punch someone in the fucking face before you can't say I'm, asking for violence. I mean, people do need to be woken up at some point in their life. Well, maybe at a point in their life when they're like a young adult or an adult, when they're capable of doing something about it, they need to be shown that life isn't a bed of roses and that it's actually a problem. Life is a fucking problem that we didn't ask for. It's a phenomenon that somehow came about. We don't know how. And because of our intellectual ability, there is an onus on us to try and do something about it. I think it would be a crime for us not to. But Tinderbox, What do you think of what I've been saying, Tinderbox, about anti-natalism? Such did I make any sense to you? Because I know
you make a lot of sense.
Most people completely and utterly disagree with me. In fact, I would say 99.9999% of people completely disagree with what I say.
In terms of what? That it's a waste of time to be an
they just think my arguments are weak and that I don't have any. There's no value in what I say about anti-natalism.
No, I don't think they're right. That would, I mean, what you're saying makes perfect sense.
Okay, well, look, you're the first person who's come on and said that. Honestly, like when I talk about it, no one agrees with me. They always come back and say I'm myopic or something. They say I'm incoherent, or I'm perhaps I'm thinking about things that shouldn't be thought about, like consequences that that shouldn't be thought about. I should think about the immediate matter, which is the individual.
Right.
Whereas I'm thinking about kind of the macro situation here. And
can I interject?
1 second, Untrackable. Tinderbox, what do you think then?
I think you're perfectly correct in saying people do have a moral responsibility that's not just restricted to their own self individually. If they do actually care about suffering in the grander scheme of things, they would be doing more than just going around and telling people don't have kids.
But what do you think of these people who think that they're actually helping prevent suffering by being anti-natalists or trying to persuade others to be anti-natalists?
No, they're just wasting.
Do you see my point that that's not actually provable? Do you see my point? Am I talking utter shit? Am I talking utter shit? Because if I am, please knock me down and fucking I deserve it. But like, I'm being honest here. This is what I think, and I'm sorry if it hurts people. I know it irks people to have your worldview fucking attacked or whatever. I'm not attacking it in malice. I'm genuinely concerned.
You're correct. No, I agree with everything you're saying. It's going around telling people don't have kids. It's what autistic people would do because they think they have figured out that this is the best thing they could possibly do to prevent more suffering in the world. It doesn't really accomplish anything. Most people will still have kids. They will still continue to procreate. They will continue to create suffering. So the people who are saying don't have kids because it's immoral and unethical, they're just wasting their time.
Yeah, and there's this thing of, hey, you probably find pleasure in your parts before you even understand what they're used for. And next thing you know, you've created something, and there's a person, and or you also got the other side of things where it's like, hey, I need to be something, and I need to find somebody who is something, and then we will create something. So everything's planned out. But one way or the other, I'm going to land this plane, and that is none of us, not you, me, anybody on this panel, nobody in chat, nobody that you work with exists without somebody fucking and creating something.
Right.
Why? Okay. Why is the dumbest question ever? Did it happen? Yes. Now we deal with it. And it is a child, and it becomes so much more than an it. It is a human being. It is.
Amen.
It is our progeny. It is our future. So let's give a bit of credit to that. I don't care if it was a mistake. I don't care if it was planned. This is our future.
Okay. Alan Hill says appeal to futility fallacy. That's what he says, and he's saying that to you, Tinderbox. That you're.
I also have appeal.
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, look, We're not claiming to be professors of fucking philosophy here. This is where you have to get your head out of your ass. You're the ones using a fucking stale academic philosophy to try and create meaningful change in the world, where I'm saying it's a fucking narrow fucking framework that doesn't have any real world fucking connection, any meaning, because it doesn't do anything in the real world, baby. It's a fucking it's a place for academics to pontificate and talk about things, but on the ground the situation is different. It doesn't do anything. It has no provable outcome. You can't show me that it fucking does. You can't show me that it does. And, you know, all this shit about fucking, you know, unprovable. I'm going on about consequences that don't matter. Even Benatar said that about ethilism. He says he wouldn't be an ethilist because of unintended consequences. You know, people think about possibilities, and that makes them say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. And that's a fucking sane thing to do. Start thinking about fucking consequences and start fucking trying to get into your mind, you know, the possibility that what you're saying could have negative outcomes that outweigh your perception.
Well, there's something there too, and it's like, hey,
can we just take a break real quick and welcome Kadena to the show? Kadena, welcome to the Finding Gnosis Show.
Hi, Kadena.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Hello, Doc. Good to have you here. Kadena, nice to have you here. Sorry that Nick has inflicted this show upon you. We're not exactly. It's not exactly a place where, you know, we talk about happy things. So I'm not sure if that's what you want to do with your Saturday night. But hey, that's what we're doing.
She's good at reasoning.
Okay, I'm here to listen. If I have any opinion, I will make you know.
Okay, thank you. Good for you to be here.
What was the prompt for the show?
There was no. We've just been talking about anti-natalism. Somehow we got into that. I don't even know how. Oh, it's because of Alan Hill. Alan Hill, who's gone for a piss. He said he'll be back, but he's gone for a piss. But he was basically having a pop at me for my views on anti-natalism and why I think it's a nothing burger. I think it's a good agitator. It makes people think, but that's what it's good. It's a good agitator. It agitates people.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. And
it makes people think about actually the momentous thing, which is creating life. It's a momentous thing to do. So it makes people think about it, at least. That's what it's good for. But in terms of changing the fucking course of fucking reality and stopping fucking suffering, it does fuck all. In fact, it may harm the progress towards that aim.
Well, I think they're thinking about it from a completely deontological point of view, and I think, but we think what we know as philosophers is that you can't be entirely deontological and you shouldn't be entirely utilitarian either.
I know.
So that's why
it's coping hard with a narrow framework to try and make themselves feel good about being virtuous beings. It's a narrow framework.
That's why we have threshold deontology and also, but even figuring out what the threshold is so, it seems like it would be impossible, which is why it's basically a paradox. And it's something where basically I've become this kind of person where when I see people that are very pro-natalist, I have an anti-natalist view towards them when I'm discussing it. When I see people who are incredibly anti-natalist, I wouldn't say I have a pro-natalist view, but I push back hard on what they're saying.
It's almost like you have no firm moral foundation whatsoever.
Not about anti-natalism, that's for sure. I mean, I know that you should not have had children, the prophet. That was a travesty. And,
why is that?
Because you're raising animal abusers.
How do you know? They might turn out to be vegans.
Well, I mean, if they have any ounce of intelligence, but unfortunately they got your brain, so maybe their mother was smarter. I don't know.
There's no need to insult his kids here, Needles.
Yeah, it's actually a little borderline. As much as I love you.
All right, fair enough.
You can pull back on that one. You can insult him, but don't insult his kids.
But yeah, I mean,
True.
I'm not. It's not like I'm forcing my children to be meat eaters. They can go ahead and be. They can make whatever decisions they want.
You kind of you certainly were feeding them animal products when they were you're certainly not you're encouraging them.
Oh yeah, you mean like 99.999% of humanity fed their children animal products throughout all of history?
Yeah, I'm judging them the same.
I know, because you're a narcissist.
Oh, okay. Well, if I'm a narcissist, then you're a psychopath.
I mean, I'll take that, because you define psychopath as like being a normal human being. So I guess I'll take that.
No. I define psychopath as someone who tries to act like they're doing nothing wrong, has no remorse for the wrong they're doing, but it's actually, chopping up animal parts, and murdering countless amounts of animals and using the dumbest excuses ever to try and,
here's how I know that you're sycophantic. Here's how I know you're sycophantic.
Bat away anybody who wants to challenge them.
Here's how I know you're a sycophant. We have been going over this for like 4 years, you and I now. We have had so many conversations about this. You know that I have an extremely nuanced appreciation of this topic. And you sit there and cower behind these shitty vegan name-calling... what do you call it? You couch yourself behind these shitty little vegan talking points. You're a psychopath. You torture animals. You have no remorse.
It's not. We've had the formal debate. We've had the formal debate. All right. You came on here. You were like talking shit about my worldview. Basically, you came in here shitting on me, and then you you get butthurt because I called you a name. Because I pointed out that what you do is psychopathic.
It is psychopathic. You claim
murdering. It may not be primary psychopathy, but it's certainly secondary psychopathy. You murder and dismember countless amounts of animals, and not just what you buy at the grocery store. You are a butcher. You have murdered many animals for bullshit, for profit, for pleasure.
I'm gonna make 2 points here. You constantly make the claim that I get great pleasure in harming animals, which is insane.
You do.
That is fucking insane, dude.
You do. You enjoy your job. You could have done a different work. You could have done different work. You enjoy your job as a butcher.
Noodles. I haven't slaughtered an animal in 2 fucking years, dude.
Wow! Everybody, hey! Give him a pat on the back. Let's all give him a round of applause. He hasn't fucking murdered an animal himself in 2 years.
Okay, so here's the second point of my point here. You also have no problem killing animals. Okay, you have made this claim several times on this podcast yourself, to the point where you sound psychotic, where you're like, if there are deer,
that makes a lot of sense.
If there are deer coming around eating our corn, then I'll do everything that I can to stop those deer. I'll kill them.
Don't think I said that. No, don't think I ever said that. Nice try putting words in my mouth. No, I said that there's a reasonable amount of protection that we can give ourselves in terms of feeding ourselves, in terms of putting the food that we need to eat into our mouth, and there's a threshold. There's a threshold to that. I'm not saying. First of all, I never advocated killing deer or hunting deer. That's completely unnecessary.
If you knew anything about nature, you would know that we need to hunt deer to keep.
We need to. Okay, and I'm sure you're going to provide a lot of evidence for that.
I absolutely will. In fact, you know what? We're going to do this right fucking now, because it's something called conservation. Okay?
Conservation. Okay, that's what every animal abusing prick hides behind. It's funny, you tell me I hide behind shit here. That is the most bullshit thing to hide behind. The animal abusers like to sit and be, I need to murder animals for conservation, for the greater good. Like, it's such a crock of shit, dude.
Can you listen to me for 2 seconds?
It was cool when you come on here and like you want to have a nice conversation about something, but like you got mad that we're I don't even understand why you came on here talking shit. Sometimes you're chill, dude, but like today you're just being a pain in the ass.
You won't shut up and let me speak. You ask questions and then hop in with your own rhetoric, calling me like a psychopath and shit, dude. You argue like a little
enough
kid.
with the meta. Enough with the meta. Go to your point.
Okay, let's do an overview since you know nothing about conservation. Okay.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up for 5 minutes, you narcissist.
Go to your point.
I don't need you to fucking tell me to talk. Shut up. It's so frustrating to even talk to you because you can't shut your stupid fucking mouth for 5 minutes. No, okay. Then I will go to my point calmly.
Okay, telling me the narcissist. You're having like a little narcissistic tantrum.
Are you finished? Are you
having a little?
Are you finished? All right, DMW, can you fucking mute this guy?
Go to your point.
Can you fucking mute this guy so I can speak?
Yeah, Noodles, let him speak. How do you
He's
say?
Like, get to your point. Let me fucking talk, retard. Are we done talking, Noodles?
One question.
Go to your point.
Nick, can I please make him talk for a second, Nick, and then you get back to your point.
Seriously,
okay?
even your girlfriend is on here telling you to shut up. Like, just shut up for a second.
No, I'm just.
Now you can be quiet.
It's getting confusing, so we're not getting the point.
Do I have the floor or not?
He doesn't really have a point. He's just gonna like ramble about some bullshit that makes no sense. This is what he does.
Noodles, let him talk. We shouldn't be afraid of
DMW. If you don't fucking mute this dude, I'm dropping off right now.
Yeah, Noodles, please let him talk. We shouldn't be afraid of letting people talk. Go ahead.
Hunting deer is necessary for conservation to manage overpopulation, which occurs due to habitat. All right, dude, we're done. You can't even listen to one sentence. You can't even listen to one sentence. You are such a sycophantic retard. You can't listen to one sentence. That's why I'm frustrated, dude, because I know you're better than this. Shut up. Hunting deer is necessary for conservation.
Right, enough with the meta.
To manage overpopulation. Shut the fuck up! Hunting deer is necessary for conservation to manage overpopulation, which occurs due to habitat changes and severe lack of natural predators like wolves and mountain lions. Without regulation, booming deer herds destroy habitats, starve, spread disease, and cause public safety hazards. High population density makes deer highly susceptible to illnesses such as chronic wasting disease, which spread easily through close contact. They also spread ticks. Habitat protection. Overabundant deer overbrowse forest, consuming native plants and saplings. This degrades ecosystems and eliminates food and shelter needed by other wildlife. Regulated hunts maintain herd sizes within the habitat's carrying capacity. Does that make mathematical fucking sense to you? Is that gobbledygook, Noodles, or do you actually have something to fucking say? There we go. Nothing to say. Once presented with actual facts, the dude is silent. Noodles, you run up a tree, buddy. Congratulations. Yes, you need to hunt deer to control the population so they don't fucking destroy their habitat. Retard.
I don't know about that though, Captain, because I've seen deer in certain places that for some reason they manage themselves.
Do you think that the national park...
and I'm talking about places without natural predators? I mean, I've heard of islands where the deer just for some reason or other just don't overpopulate. I don't know why, but I've heard of this.
If that was the case, you wouldn't have the National Forest Service spending billions of dollars on these kinds of programs. Okay.
I mean, it is something to think about, and it's worth exploring. I mean, look.
Does Noodles have a scientific rebuttal to that, or are we just going to eat?
No. What you're asking is how to manage herds of deer in the wild when they could become overpopulated and damage the ecosystem. Is that what you're man? I mean, there would be ways like you wouldn't have to necessarily kill them. You could just put a dart in them to make them infertile, for example.
I suppose if that existed in reality, that would be a way to do it. But what about wild boar? What about any invasive species? What about any?
Well, you can do that with wild boar as well. You can set up traps to catch them, and then give them make them basically infertile, and then release them again.
I don't know if that's
you can make animals infertile, but also there's not necessarily this like a ton of evidence to suggest, if we don't have the amount of predators we need, the deer population wouldn't control itself. Like, basically, if there's not enough resources for the deer,
do you have a source for that claim, or are you just saying shit?
Well, what's your source? What's your source? Because I didn't hear you list a source.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Oh, the people. You mean the people? You mean the people that actually encourage that are run by animal abusers, run by people that want to hunt and kill animals, and want to set up like all these things to say.
Have you ever actually met an animal? Have you ever actually met someone who works for that department? Have you ever actually met like a park ranger?
I've met a park ranger. Yeah. It's not exactly the same thing.
Guys, can we just bring Katina in? She wanted to say something. Just it might give us a bit of breathing space. Go ahead, Katina.
I just want to say something. We have deers at Jamaica still, but they're not overpopulated because we don't know how much deers are here. So we just them 1 or 2 times in the bushes, but yeah, that's basically it. So we don't have a population.
When it comes to scientific studies regarding veganism, you will immediately appeal to governmental authority and studies done by the United Nations and shit. You will appeal to authority so quickly when it backs up your point. And then when I bring out one fucking data point that's actually true, you shoot it down with some gobbledygook about how, you're going to trust the people who were in charge?
Well,
why don't you actually why don't you actually refute? No, do me a favor and refute what I said. Refute what I said.
Okay, let's take it point by point. So, what was the first point? They'll overpopulate?
Yes.
What do you mean by overpopulate, and what does that and who does that affect, and why is that an issue?
I will read to you the exact words again. Overabundant deer overbrowse forests. That means they eat too much food. They consume native plants and saplings that degrade the ecosystem and eliminate food and shelter needed by other wildlife. Okay, so they go in there and they start destroying entire ecosystems and then wiping out safe places for other animals.
Okay, so we have to murder them for that?
What would you suggest we do, dude?
Well, I don't know.
They're murdering other animals.
They're not murdering other animals.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Their existence is genociding other species.
It's not genociding other species. You use that word incorrectly.
Come up with a solution right now, dude. Other than killing these fucking things and then feeding them. We literally feed them to people.
It's not clear. I do agree with DNW that if that really was an issue, that they should come up with a contraceptive situation.
And that can be done.
And secondly, I'm not convinced.
How can that be done?
Secondly, I'm not convinced that this whole ecosystem excuse is really what they're saying it is. I don't know how. There has to be way more than just this blanket statement of they're messing with the ecosystem. Like, what is the actual data point?
All right,
how many deer are they measuring? What animals are they? Is it affecting? Just
when deer overpopulate, they trigger cascading ecological damage by overbrowsing vegetation. It eliminates vital understory plant life, decimates food and shelter for other wildlife, prevents forest regeneration, accelerates the speed of invasive species and tick-borne diseases.
If this is the excuse, then we should be killing humans.
All right, dude. I want to have an adult conversation once.
You know, that's your response instead of explaining why you think that is
And I
not.
asked-
If you're gonna say,
No. Let me respond. Let me respond.
No,
Let me respond. I have a response to this. Deer cannot regulate their destruction of the environment. They do it on instinct. Human beings do regulate our destruction of the environment because
Captain
of the
Vitalist.
EPA. Listen, because of the EPA and because of a lot of regulatory situations that we've gotten into in the last 50 years, we have clean water in the United States, clean air. You know how bad the smog was in the United States in the 70s? Rivers were being set on fire outside of industrial plants because they were full of chemicals. We can self-correct. We can look at what we're doing and go,
actually,
wait, hold on, that's a bad thing.
That's not correcting. That's not necessarily correcting for the entire ecosystem.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Wait. Let me finish. Let me rebut that
All right,
point.
and then I'm going to talk. So please, I'm going to talk after Vegan Equilibrium.
All right, that's correct. That's only correcting an area, an affluent part of the world where other humans will be affected by that. They're still going to dump tons of fucking plastic in the ocean. They're still going to basically use up resources from impoverished nations and fuck up everywhere else around the world for the billionaires. So the billionaires can fucking breathe clean air and drink clean water or whatever.
You know what?
They don't give a fuck about the environment.
I'm going to say something.
That doesn't negate my point. That doesn't negate my point at all. It doesn't negate my point at all.
Sorry, D Prophet. 1 second.
Let me finish this statement.
Please. 1 moment. I'm just going to mute you both for a second. Captain Vitalist, I know you and Vegan Equilibrium are not going to. I know you're emotionally charged here, Captain Vitalist, and I want to ask you an honest question as a fellow human being. Look, if it can be proven to you that the health benefits of that plant-based diet are beneficial to you and your children, yeah. And, you know, if it was the case that, you know, I think at the moment you think it's necessary to eat meat. If it was shown to you that it's not necessary, okay, I mean, what would be keeping you, you know, at the frying pan, so to speak, with your lump of steak? I mean, honestly, if it could be shown to you that actually the health benefits are there for you and your children, and also, you know, there's no real need to now. There's no need to now. I mean, we're not like struggling for a supply for supplies. There is no need to be a carnivore. Also, and I mean this. Just please think about this. I don't know what you think of global heating, as Cougar Duma calls it, and climate change. But, you know, animal agriculture is adding to that. And is that something you're concerned about? You know, the future of your children and your children's children being impacted by animal agriculture. I'm just asking you honestly, mate, whatever you think about the rights of animals, I'm asking you to think and be honest. If you could be shown that it's not necessary for you to eat meat anymore, it's not necessary for you to participate in it. And, you know, there are these health advantages, and also you will be helping with, you know, the dire straits, helping perhaps alleviate the problem of global heating. Perhaps. I know Cougar Doom is skeptical about that. But honestly, mate, just yeah, no bullshit. Just tell us straight. Like, would you be willing to change course?
So you have two questions there, and I'm going to answer them one at a time.
Yeah.
First is, you make a claim that animal agriculture is contributing to global warming, which is not true. Industrialized animal agriculture is contributing to global warming in exactly the same way that industrialized plant agriculture contributes to global warming. You're acting like the 50-row diesel combines that harvest these fucking carrots and suck up thousands of little rodents and shit aren't doing anything to affect the environment. That's disingenuous. So I got to knock that off right there. Okay. I would reduce industrial animal agriculture for 3 reasons. Number 1, it is bad for the environment. Number 2, it is cruel. And number 3, we waste half of the meat we produce, thereby nullifying half of those lives we created. So yes, I would get rid of industrial animal agriculture if I could, even if it meant that most people had to eat very little meat or go on a vegetarian type lifestyle. Second question: if it could be proven to me that a person could live their entire life from womb to tomb without any vitamin deficiencies, without their hair falling out, without their teeth falling out, without being deficient in iron and vitamin B, and walking around like a fucking living skeleton, looking like your skin's about to sag off of your bones. If that could be proven to me that a person could live their entire life in a vegan diet and not develop some type of health problem from it, I would be more open towards that. But also, we come to a cross purposes here, because I don't believe that in nature there's any negative morality assigned to killing for food. And I think that as much as we try to claw ourselves out of nature, we are not there yet. Perhaps sometime in the future, humanity will transcend that. But I don't think that we can, and I don't know if we will. So
that's
I'm not giving you the straightest answer. I know I'm not giving you the straightest answer.
You've admitted something. You've admitted it would be transcending. So you admit it would be a movement. And whether you know it or not, you're saying it would be a good thing. You use that word, transcend.
Yeah, I think I mean into a type of animal that doesn't, like, if we can become a species that doesn't require harm to survive, then that theoretically is a better way. But I think that vegans really overstate the quote unquote harmlessness of their lifestyle.
This is the type of conversation I feel that might be beneficial here. Because look, he has conceded some ground there, vegan equilibrium, and what he says, he said if it could be proven, if he could listen to me, Chippy. He said,
I'm 72 years old. Okay, I've outlived quite a few meat eaters. I can tell you. I get so.
This is what I'm saying. He's conceded some ground, and if we didn't shout at him, we might be able to fucking persuade him some more.
He's enough to make anybody shout.
Some decorum. It doesn't matter. He's conceded.
He's enough to make anybody shout.
He's conceded some ground. He said,
certainly made a few ladies shout in my time.
Yes, I bet you have. I bet you have. Well, you know what?
A couple of vegan ladies too, actually.
Oh, yes, Jeremy! He opened the door. He opened the door to some possible persuasive communication. There's no need to shout down his neck here because it's not a good look for us.
I only scream. Listen, can I state that I only scream at Noodles that way because he's my brother. Okay, literally.
Vegan equilibrium. The man said if he could be persuaded by evidence that people could lead healthier lives being plant-based. Now, this isn't being vegan, but being plant-based. He would consider it.
What's the difference?
I mean,
I don't understand.
Well, there is a difference because being plant-based without thinking about the rights of the animals, it's a totally different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not like it's not morality based. If it's just plant based, that's like not morality based.
They're not thinking about the morality of it. They're not thinking about the rights of the animals. They're just thinking about their own.
But I think the fundamental breakdown in the conversation.
It's a win for veganism if people become plant based and you make them concerned with their health and you show them that actually it's a bad thing for you to consume animals. From a kind of health perspective, well, then it's a win for veganism.
I would just
vegan equilibrium. Where is he?
Working edgeways.
He keeps dropping. I think he's having connection issues because he keeps dropping, and when he's on, he sounds like shit.
Can I just say something to that stupid Captain Vitalist bloke? Okay, if meat eating was so marvelous for all you bloody Americans, how come you're such an obese, nasty, fat nation?
So I can answer that if you would just give me a minute. First of all,
it's too much sugar, is it?
I'm not convinced that sugar is actually the issue.
No, it isn't. No, it's all the fat.
Sorry, did you hear what I said, D?
No, because it was garbled.
I said let's say you see one deer walking in the woods, right? Do you have this inclination to say, okay, this one deer represents the whole problem, and I should kill this one deer for the greater good?
I would ask the same question to you concerning a black man walking down the street toward you.
That is absolutely asinine.
I'm just kidding. I'm just being a dick. No, your question's a little asinine too. No, I do not see a deer as like an avatar for like several million deer. But let me answer.
So my point is, we treat then that is like looking at it in a way from like, if you put it in the human perspective, right? From like, okay, we know that humans are causing a huge amount of fucking harm to like so many other humans, to other animals, to everything, to this precious thing that people care about called the ecosystem. I actually personally, as a side note, I think the ecosystem thing is kind of a silly argument, but like, who cares about an ecosystem per se? It depends.
Are you
what
fucking
part of
kidding me, dude?
It depends what part of the ecosystem you personally care about. But that's an aside. My point is that we don't, like, generally we say, oh no, but every single human has their own individual rights, despite what the bigger group is doing as a whole, right? So why not extend that to the deer? Because even if they don't understand how to regulate themselves, as most humans don't, it's actually a smaller group of humans that are in charge of the regulation over the huge group. The reason that they have to put the regulation in place is because the majority of humans suck at it.
I get what you're saying. Let me really quickly pivot back to Chickpea, and then I'm going to pivot back to you, because she was asking a question when you were coming on. She asked me, why, if meat is so good for you, is everybody in America fat? And my response to that is that because everybody in America, vegan or not vegan, eats a terrible diet full of shitty ingredients, full of preservatives, full of food dyes, full of junk oils. And there are as many... I've seen as many fat vegetarians and vegans as I've seen fat. I mean, you can sit there and eat vegan cupcakes. You realize that, right?
I only partially agree with you, D, on this topic, which is, I think the main thing is just the caloric intake for the most part. There's stuff, high calorically dense foods are very, very available in this country, whether it's vegan or not vegan. And that is mostly what contributes to obesity, is the availability of such things. Like, I hear this thing from foreigners, and I've seen it, where, like, especially if they come from a developing country, they're generally in better shape when they get here. And then they quickly gain a lot of weight, partially because they do less walking, because it's way more convenient here in terms of transportation. And two, because there's a corner store everywhere with tons of fucking high density and the calorically dense snacks, right? That provide very little nutrition, by the way, other than the calories.
Exactly. Hold on a second.
Right, I'm a 72-year-old vegan. I can assure you, I've outlived quite a few meat eaters already. But I say about
vegans do have an overall better statistic.
He said, we don't live
in terms of longevity. We have better statistics in terms of longevity, but that doesn't mean. But like, I will say, I've seen plenty of fat vegans. Okay, and they might still even do better than the fat meat eaters.
I'm going to start saying that,
I'm not saying there's not as many
fat vegans as I have meat eaters.
There's not as many, but they do exist.
The funny thing is, and you can look this up, a fat vegan is healthier than a fat non-vegan.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I would love to see the actual data on that.
There is data on that. You can look at the blood work. The fat vegan is all the time healthier than the fat.
I'll take a look at that data myself.
That's
honestly, you can look. By the way, not only a fat vegan, but a fat sedentary vegan is healthier than a fat carnivore, even if the carnivore.
I'm happy to look at that data myself, but that sounds like a headline to me. But anyway, Noodles hit another nail on the head that is less often talked about. Why Americans are so fucking fat and disgusting and out of shape. And part of that is because our entire culture is centered around driving to places. If you walk or bike to places, you're like a weirdo. And I think that like a vegan, somebody who's a vegan is going to be somebody who inherently is more conscious of their health and body and what they're putting into it. Because like you've been like your normal person hasn't been led down that path of even thinking about their food, which is crazy. But vegans have. And whether it starts with the moral argument or the health argument or whatever, just like as a baseline, a vegan is a person who's watching what they're putting in their body. A non-vegan is much more likely to just fucking be stuffing anything into their body. And I would like to see those studies done with people who eat healthy meats that are cooked without vegetable or without seed oils and that are given in like a balanced, rounded out diet, and people who aren't scarfing down fucking Snickers and shit. I just think
that actually has been done. Dr. Matthew Nagra has gone over a lot of that research. DNW, I would implore you to pull up Dr. Matthew Nagra's social media page, and you will find so many rebuttals and debunks he's done to a lot of these same things that D is talking about.
I'm looking into it now. Look, I'm open-minded to this kind of shit. I'm not over here being like, fucking bacon. I eat it because it tastes good, bro. Like, if God didn't want me to eat the cow, he shouldn't have made it taste so good, bro. Like, I'm clearly not one of those guys, but Noodles, 4 years down the line talking about this, still treats me as such. I'm totally open to doing that research, and I'm going to. And I do think that people eat too much of the wrong meat. They don't take any consideration into where that food comes from. And most animal farming practices in the Western world are absolutely fucking disgusting. And I don't like to participate in it. I will give you guys that ground. Okay. Oh shit. Is he gonna beat me lifting?
No, I'm doing the volume day today.
I'm happy that Vitalist has conceded ground and admitted that he is willing to change.
It's not even a conceding of ground. It's just being a level-headed, open-minded person. And, you know, like, sure, like if it could be proven by people who didn't have a stake in getting who didn't have a stake in getting the masses to eat. The reason that the world government wants you to eat less meat is because the profit margins for raising meat are too thin. They don't make enough money on it. The return on investment for raising meat is so small, the global elites basically want people to eat fucking lentils and bugs because the ROI is higher. It has nothing to do with health. It has nothing to do with food safety. It has nothing to do with the ecosystem or sustainability. It has to do with the fact that in the next 150 years, the elites of this world want people to eat less meat because it's not
There's
profitable.
a question for you on screen there, Prophet.
I see that. It's a great question. And I would encourage, I would, let me tell you something. I would feel a great swell of pity for anybody who was trying to hunt me down with a gun because it's good for the ecosystem. Okay. Just give it a shot. I would like to see. I could lick the sweat off a fucking fly from 100 yards. I would love to see somebody get the jump on me that wasn't a trained sniper. Anyway, next question.
Sound like fucking Jason Blaha.
Jason Bourne?
Jason Blaha.
Who's that?
You can look him up. You sound just like him.
He's one of those military douchebags, isn't he?
No, he's just a joke.
Jason Blaha?
Yeah.
His name.
The way you were talking
I'm
about.
going to share a link in the live chat shortly.
Let me tell you something. To be 100% honest, if somebody was hunting me like a human, I would be fucking dead. Like, I don't do cardio. Are you kidding me?
That's because you're a meat eater.
That's not because I'm a meat eater. It's because
your blood doesn't flow as easy. Got you.
No, it's my blood is thick with sugar from all the fucking snacks I eat.
And dairy. Dairy is really bad at congealing the blood and making it flow slowly. That's a fact. You can look that up.
I do take in too much dairy. I will say that.
Cage Reality. There's a link in the chat. You know, it's there for everybody, and it's also under the video. And there's literally a ticker telling you instructions on how to join the chat. I mean, I'm actually worried, Cage Reality, that you're going to join the chat if you can't follow basic instructions that are evident on the screen in front of you.
That's a great filter.
We'll see, maybe. Yeah.
But can I thank Noodles for a second? Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah.
I was having a really shitty day before I got on here, and I was in a really bad mood, and I totally used you as an emotional punching bag and like screamed at you a lot, and I feel so much better now. And I'm sorry for doing that, but thank you for being there for me.
And there's a newcomer here, and I'm just going to let them. I don't know who they are.
Can
you put your two fingers, your middle finger up at me, Cage? Your middle finger, please. Yeah, it's a real person. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm going to let Cage speak first because he was waiting backstage, Johnny, before you. Cage, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show. What is it you'd like to add to the conversation?
I just joined right now. I wasn't waiting whatsoever.
Okay.
What are you guys talking about?
This, that, and everything.
Once again, we've fucking devolved to veganism, but let's change topics.
You got the veganism. What are you guys, a little retarded over here? What's going on?
I'm gonna love this dude.
It's a redundant
Okay,
question.
Johnny, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show. What do you want to say?
I was just gonna say, chickpea. Do you grow chickpeas because your name is Chickpea or garbanzo beans?
No. The reason why I'm called Chickpea is that this channel was dedicated to my cat.
Oh,
Chickpea.
for God's sake.
What?
I love you, ma'am. There, I have a dirty can of fucking chickpeas to show you guys, there. Look.
Do you mean garbanzo beans? Same thing. I'm joking.
I'm just right over.
The reason why Chickpea was
Look,
called
it says it in French.
Cage. The reason why Chickpea was called Chickpea because when she was a kitten, she liked to be fed like a little chick, which is why I called her Chickpea.
Well, through the beak.
Yeah.
Did it chew it up and regurgitate it into your mouth or something? Like, what's going on?
No, she was hand raised because she was around the litter, and the original owner used to sort of feed it out of his mouth. And she loved it so much, so I carried on doing it every now and again as a treat. So I would put a little.
Well done, ma'am. Well done.
Chickpea.
Well done. All right.
She was my little chick.
My little chickpea. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. In order to eat less beef and less milk, we'd have to all farm chickpea. Or
no, don't worry. No. We have Lone Star. Genetically modified ticks and stuff, so you're going to be allergic to it. You know what I mean? It's perfect. Perfect timing. And we also have a vaccine coming out, so it's amazing.
I mean, I'm actually for eating garbanzo bean milk instead of cow milk, because the dairies do cage animals up.
Yes, it is.
Okay, maybe at that point when you age it, like maybe mozzarella. But either way, think about it like this, right? They say you're not allowed. Well, they say women, they're not supposed to take certain things while they're pregnant or breastfeeding, right? So obviously, through the milk of even an animal or a human being, whatever the fuck they're injecting them with and they're feeding them and all this nonsense is going to go directly into that milk. So I don't drink milk.
I propose that you can only eat meat or dairy if you raise the animals yourself, or personally know, or hunt it, or personally know the farmer and go over there and participate in the slaughter yourself.
Well, it's just like anything you consume, right? Like if you get it from the grocery store, it's factory farmed or whatever. Yeah, well, good luck. It's gonna fuck you up. Maybe not, because you can consecrate it. You can use your mind technically, and like
I don't know if you can.
Like
here's my question:
a fucking Japanese guy, like you can restructure this shit with your mind.
I don't know that you can.
So here's my question: chickpeas is against beef eating, but okay.
I'm gonna make
are
you a
for-
hummus. I'm gonna force feed you hummus and pita bread with fucking olive oil or something. Fuck off.
No, I do eat that. But I'm just saying. I'm just trying to see how she thinks. Which she's probably gonna say both, or neither or. But would you rather have? Would you rather
I'm new here.
be
I don't even know what the
against?
fuck is going on.
Or, sorry, I can't hear what you're saying.
Would you rather be against cage, dairy farms,
I'm
or
totally opposed to dairy farming. In fact, I think dairy farming is even more disgusting than meat farming.
Think about all the injections they're going.
Who
It's going right through the goddamn milk.
What?
Who would you rather
Now
have?
we have a bunch of
Hunters?
retards everywhere.
Well, I've been a vegan since I was a young person. I'm totally opposed to all of it.
Which one would you rather have? A dairy farm killing cows, or slaving cows and killing cows, or a hunter just hunting beef?
I'd rather a hunter just went out and hunted. At least that is relatively fair.
Where are the wild cows at? They've been fucking. There's no wild cow.
Cows don't exist in the wild. We created cows.
No, we did not. We got them.
That's close.
Okay, is there wild horses? There's no wild horses.
Horses aren't cows. Listen,
couldn't drag me away.
There's free range wild cows out there too.
Hold on. Can
buffaloes.
Like in India, that you can't even eat them. They think they're sacred.
Can we take 5 minutes and listen to the person who actually has agricultural experience on this panel?
I have agricultural experience. That's what I do. I'm a farmer.
Then you would know that there's no such thing as a wild cow. Those are
not now. They've been domesticated and changed.
Cows are a domesticated species. Those are different. Those are like related species. They're not cows.
No, you can crossbreed a cow with the buffalo.
Because what they do, even in cannabis, for example, I'm a cannabis farmer. Even with cannabis, you can take certain traits and characteristics.
You're a cannabis farmer, so you're going to tell me? Okay. Let me clarify.
It's definitely correlated.
Let me clarify.
Human beings and every animal.
The person on this panel with experience in animal agriculture.
How much cows do you got? How much goats do you got? How much have you milked?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes.
Both of my
I'm gonna grab the udder and shoot it into your eyeball.
Both of my children were raised on raw goat milk, straight from the teat.
Yes, I used to milk.
But now we're not
goats in California.
We're not talking about goddamn cows. Now we're talking about
goats. Goats, yes. Goats, cows too. Yes.
He's trying to verify my agricultural experience. Yes, I've worked on plenty of farms. I've worked on alpaca farms, pig farms.
Alpaca?
I did mobile slaughter for 7 years.
Yes, alfalfa.
Mobiles.
No.
Wheat oats, winter forage hay, goats, cows. Yep, I milked.
Are you guys gay or something? Are you guys married?
200 cows.
Okay.
So when you say you have the most experience,
are they halal? Are they? I don't believe it. Are they kosher?
Musa Ali, you're on the phone. What do you want to say?
I'm gonna say some words and slit their fucking neck and make them kosher or halal.
Cage, please. 1 second. Musa, go ahead.
Sorry, I couldn't speak to the agricultural lives of the animals because we started going into weird things I don't actually have any knowledge on.
Oh, I've lots of knowledge on farming human beings, including yourself. Right? If you want to talk about that.
All right.
Was that not the topic you guys were just addressing?
Yeah, I'm gonna harvest.
No, somebody was making a claim that there are
farm
wild cows,
human beings in society, including you.
I was rightly stating that there's no such thing as a fucking wild feral cow, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah." So yeah, I was just.
No, I said yes, there is. I'm sure there might be.
If a cow fucks a buffalo or a buffalo fucks a cow, you have a beefalo. That's the closest you're gonna get to a wild cow.
Now we got a liger. Now we got a liger. We got a lion and a tiger.
Pretty sure that the original, the animal that cows were bred from was called an oryx, and they don't exist anymore. They're extinct.
Can I show you something very interesting?
Thank you, Noodles.
Shout out to Noodles for that.
The only one here on my side is the fucking vegan. Jesus.
I'm not a vegan.
He's keep on him, by the way.
DNW, can you step in and say something intelligent?
I have something very
we
interesting.
need that.
Hold
we
on.
need that deeply.
Can somebody?
I'll be honest with you. You're asking the wrong man. I don't even know if I've ever said anything intelligent.
Hold on. I don't even know what the fuck. The owl guy. I'm the owl guy too. Can we look up this Wikipedia thing? It has to do with. It translates something directly to the cows. It's a very alchemical text. It'll be very interesting. It explains everything we're talking about.
Cougar Duma, brother, with respect, Cougar Duma, you don't half fucking talk out your ass sometimes in terms of like pontificating as a know-all.
All right,
he probably has more. KG, 1 second. Cougar Duma says he probably has more experience in animal husbandry and farming than all you people combined, and none of you talk any sense ever.
Seriously doubt that.
I mean, come on, Cougar Duma. You don't know everything better than everyone. Not all the time.
His name is Cougar Duma.
Cougar Duma, surely not all the time.
I would like him to come on and refute one claim that I've made about agriculture. You fucking
surely not
can't.
all the time.
Can we please?
Can you, Cougar Duma? Maybe he is.
Yes, sir. Can we please pull up that and look into it, because it's very interesting. I believe it's an old.
I believe so as well. This guy's just lifting weights. This guy's just lifting weights in the background. What are we doing?
Why does the Cougar Doomer come up, man?
Into it?
Come on,
well, either way, while that happens, can we look into this, please? The host of this fucking thing, whoever has the keys, ever possible.
What do you want?
I put it in the private chat. It's a Wikipedia page of. It translates to. It has a lot to do with cows, and it has a lot to do with how we got here, and it's an ancient manuscript, alchemical one.
Okay.
Are you Hindu, brother? Is that why we're talking about the cow?
Can we read it and then we can look into it?
You just share the page, Cage. Are you on your phone or something? Share the page.
I'm on my phone. I can get on the computer and do it.
Yeah, do that. Because
gentlemen and ladies,
I'm not your slave.
I have to hop off for a moment, but I'm going to stay on the panel. If you need to kick me for room, do it. But other than that, leave me on. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go. What? Nobody here can fucking screen share something?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to read something you want me to read just because.
No, I'm not saying you have to or like I'm making you, but I think it would be like an interesting thing to do.
Do it then.
All right, well the Nova is sparking up.
Good man.
Yo, the gentleman running the panel from that one you to read it.
Cage, you got to appreciate it's fucking 1:25 in the morning here, and I just cannot be arsed. Okay.
No, I hear you, brother. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yo, it's 1:25 a.m. where you're at. It's 5:25 where I'm at. That's crazy in the afternoon.
8:25 over here, Eastern Standard Time.
As despite what some people think, it is a globe Earth, and because of that.
Well, that's flat Earth.
Oh no, let's go back to that psyop. It's perfect. It's up.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not going back to that. I already devoted a whole show to that a few episodes ago.
By the way, that was the funniest conspiracy I ever heard in my life. That people were genuinely arguing whether the globe was round or flat. Who gives a shit?
How does that matter, really? Like,
I mean, genuinely.
How is their rights and freedoms getting stomped on constantly every day? Yeah.
Let's say it was flat. Good, it's flat. Oh, it's round. Who cares? It has no effect on my day-to-day life.
Have you guys ever heard of Notebook LM? Like, we could literally put your last live stream and have it all broken down, every single point, and like have it easily, understandable and shown to us right now. We could do that.
That sounds boring because there's real people here. We can have actual conversation amongst human beings.
We can have actual conversations while looking into something that guides us to a real conversation.
Okay. Well, whilst you're doing that, who's here? Oh, he's not here anymore. Shit. I was going to ask about Tinderbox, but he's gone.
Oh, too late. All right. So you're going to see another version of me in the background. You can leave that alone because it's on my computer. You don't have to let it up. And then I'll screen share what I was talking about. Only reason why I'm here is because of the owl. Because I'm the owl. I love owls.
I like Hedwig too, man. Harry Potter was a nice fun story as a kid.
Someone's birthday. If you hit your In audio settings, hit the stuff on and off. It'll go away. It's like, it'll go away.
What are you saying?
If you go to the audio settings and hit like echo cancellation and whatever, like hit those 3 different option points, it'll go away with it. The audio thing. I'm hearing it on my end. I don't know if anyone else is. Yeah.
Everything is perfect on my end, so if he's being honest,
Just
fucking
toggle
let
it.
me know.
I'll toggle it on my end and see if that'll help. It might be me. You know, in audio settings and like automatically adjust audio volume and echo cancellation, like turn them on and off. Turn them on and off, it should work. And get rid of that. Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yep. Perfect. Worked. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Why is someone just working out in the background?
Somebody else is doing it though now. Whatever. This shit always happens to fucking StreamYard. StreamYard, get your stuff fucking correct. But yeah, here. I'm going here. I put it in the background again so I can have it on the computer. It's called the Book of the Cows. I don't know. You guys like cows and breeding and everything, so I figured that. Yeah, you can leave the other cage down there, the one with no name. But yeah, here I'm screen sharing the Wikipedia page. If anyone wants to read, I'm not the greatest reader ever. But yeah, the Book of the Cow. Kitab al whatever. There's an area book.
Oh, is this the Quran? Is that what we're reading?
No, it's definitely not the Quran. It's a book
It
of
literally
Arabic.
says the Quranic. It says the Quran right there. Yes, it is.
Where?
Literally the next sentence. No, go ahead. Just read it. The second sentence brings up the Quran. The Book of the Cow, Al-Baqarah.
The Book of the Heavenly
Islam.
Cow.
Yeah, but it says
It's an ancient
for the
Egyptian
Quranic
text.
surah circulated independently. See that? So it's talking about something else. Yeah.
Well, my mistake, but it does say the Quran right there.
Go ahead anyway.
Says the Book of the Heavenly Cow for the Quranic surah. So it is kind of a part of it, but it's not the mainstream Quran that people are doing. I'm no expert in Quran. I'm not Muslim.
Yeah, that's what people are doing. I got you. Do your thing. I'm listening.
That's sometimes circulated independently. See al-Baqarah? I'm not sure how to pronounce these words. Anyways, whatever, Katib al is a Arabic book of magic written in the late 9th century in the Sabians milieu. It's falsely claims to be a work of Plato. The complete Arabic text does not survive, but a complete Latin translation of the 12th century does, going under the title of Liber Verse, or the Book of the Cow. So this has to do with like kind of like homunculus and like, you know, like doing like these weird, like how you said, like, oh, cows don't exist anymore, or whoever said that. It kind of like goes all the way back to this alchemical stuff, or whatever. It's called the Book of the Cow. I recommend it. It's also the people that brought it to the Western or the European thing is Giovanni Pico della Marada. Yeah, brings it into it. I just thought it was very interesting. We can get into it. So now, for example, we can copy this and we can have it explained a lot.
Maybe just go down to what the fuck is in it. Maybe go to that part. Of
Yeah, I know, dude. We've just been talking about the Book of the Cow for 5 minutes.
Synopsis.
What about
Okay.
it?
Here's synopsis right here. If anyone wants to read that, while you do that, I'm gonna have it done and.
All right, let me read it for you, brother. It says here, after a preface, the Kitab I don't have to say that either, brother, is divided into 2 books called Major, Greater, no shit, we all know what that means, and Minor, Lesser. Really talking to us like we're 5-year-olds. There are 85 chapters containing approximately as many experiments in quotations, okay, 45 in the first book and 40 in the second. Some surviving copies lack chapter 26, and chapter 39 and 40 appear to be later additions. What kind of useless information about a cow is this?
Oh, keep going.
I'm not reading all of that. What are we
Why
even
not?
talking about, man?
Okay, well, I have it done for you. Like, let it generate. I'm doing that now. It's all being generated. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, hey, if you're too lazy to do it, then now we have like different things like this, right? So you do
Brother, I'm not
audio,
lazy.
video.
I'm the only one who read it with you. I just didn't
Well,
see anything about a cow.
hey, it's about a fucking cow. Go look. Read chapters 1 to 4.
Right now? No. No. I'm not reading
Okay, well,
4
you don't have
chapters.
to. Chapters 24 to 26 experiments for acquiring wisdom and secret knowledge. We can keep going. You know, I figured.
I was hoping you were going to give actual information, not just which chapters to look at. I thought you had something important to share.
Yeah, it's being generated right now. Over here.
DNW. Is DNW still there?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was muted.
I'm just wondering what's on your mind.
What's on my mind? I just can't get over it all. Sometimes I'm just sometimes I just go into a state of shock.
All right, can you put the thing back up? This will actually help break it down.
All right.
I can't believe it. We're just studying a book about cows, but we're not even talking
Look,
about
No,
them.
it's not
hold
actually
on.
about cows. It seems
Look
to
at
be about
this. Look at
magic or
this
something.
right here. Look at this right here, right? So we have this, the origin and authorship. Now we can expand that. And then, look, you can hit anything and it can explain it. But, you know, the other things are being explained and all, right? Titles. Liber of Vasi. It kind of sounds like Vasi. The book
So it's a
of the
book
cow.
about magic. Can we get that much from it, please?
Yes, and what are they
so
called?
it's not literally
What are
about
the
animal
Jews?
husbandry. Some people confusing matters.
What are the Jews called people? They call them goyim, which means cattle. Is that not a form of cattle?
Oh, Goyim? You mean anyone who's not a Jew, the Goys?
Yeah, it means cattle.
How did you
What has
read?
that got to do with Egyptian Book of the Magic?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, that was
Those
the
are not in the
biggest.
know.
That was
They're
the most
cattle.
swift translation of.
I mean,
Had
in
nothing
case
to do
you're
with
not
it.
aware, Semitic people are not Egyptian.
Well, I
Yeah,
know,
by
but
the
where
way,
do
they actually
where do they
technically aren't. By the way,
Oh, they technically aren't, but where do they get their ideology from?
well, I used to be a Coptic Christian, and I was the only white person there.
Hold
and
on
I
a
got to tell
second.
you,
Oh, sorry, I made a mistake there, did I?
no, not you, the other brother.
Oh.
He said a lot of noise without actually saying. He's like a bag of hot air. A lot of words, not much sense has been made yet.
Well, we're going to let him just talk without showing us the charts. There's no need for them.
Oh, we're gonna let it
just
generate. And we're gonna
Let's
listen.
hear about the cows in the Book of Magic. I think we're almost diving into it. Please.
They're also it's also translated to the Book of the Laws because you know, Namas is the plural for Namas. It's also the Greek nomos for
I'll tell you what we'll do. No, I'll
law.
tell you what we'll do, all right?
Oh my
Why don't
goodness.
you come
crazy.
back here, Cage, next time and give a presentation on it? Because you're not doing yourself justice.
I'm gonna let this fucking thing speak for itself when it's
No.
generated.
I want you to put together a presentation on it and then
Please
show us it. Is that okay?
We can do it right now.
No. I don't want it done right now. I want it done properly. I don't want a half-assed attempt.
It's gonna be
communicate what it is.
Yeah, we don't want half-assed.
Can we like discuss something
I want
interesting?
PowerPoint slides. I want videography.
We have all the slides.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
this is
It's
but I
it's
don't want it
already
done in
being
real time.
done.
I want you to have it all together and ready to go. I want you to be confident. I want you to be engaging. I want you to have somewhat
I've been dealing with
practiced it
We're gonna learn
beforehand.
something
I
today.
don't want it to
I know
be
you've tried your best, but
half-assed slop.
I'm
you
doing
got
it
the Book
now.
of Magic. You got
You guys brought up
Goyim.
cows and cattle, so I'm
You're
like,
the one
okay.
No.
talking about it, man.
Just
I'm
some
not
line.
telling you you're stupid, Cage. I'm just saying
No one called him dumb.
do
No one
yourself
called him dumb.
justice and come back and give a full presentation on the
It's our
map.
first time here. It may be the last. I don't know. Now's the time.
Have you come across this?
Now's
Book of
the time.
Have you come across the Book of the Cow before?
Yes, I have.
So then why don't you come back and talk about it properly then? Instead
I can
of
talk about all. What do you know about alchemy? You know about the Tria Prima? You know what the Tria
No,
Prima
I don't.
is? No,
This
This
is very
guy
interesting
changes
stuff, Cage.
topics the way I change
Cage,
underwear.
but
This guy, huh?
with respect, Cage, you're like a man speaking in riddles. Like you're like some kind of weird mystic gatekeeper telling us stuff in half.
Okay, what do you want to know? Ask me directly, and I'll tell you.
You're like this kind of weird teaser who's telling us magical symbols without explaining them, and like.
Okay,
So
confused.
what,
This is
what
like,
would you like?
how do we know
Salt-
this isn't some kind
sulfur
of
and mercury,
Kabbalistic
you know
magic ceremony where you're just
Salt, sulfur,
extracting
and
from
mercury.
us?
You know what that is?
Are you a
The
Freemason,
tree-
brother? Are you a Freemason?
No, I know lots of people that are Freemasons though. Here,
I
you wanna-
don't. I've heard about it, but that's what it
Here,
sounds like.
here.
You're
I know
speaking in riddles.
Freemasons at the highest level.
DNW.
I'm not even joking. Here, put me full screen. I'll show you right now.
DNW, can we talk about something? Can you bring the conversation somewhere else?
Look, put me full screen before I open
Let him
this
show
fucking
us this
shit
for a
up.
second. What is he doing?
Look, put me full screen so you can look.
What
brother,
is it?
if you have something important
Look,
to share,
when I
just share
open it up, put me full screen so I'll show you. Look.
Are we reading a book
Okay.
together now?
Be like,
oh my!
Alright.
It's gonna be porn.
Oh yeah, it's definitely porn, you fucking retard.
He's
no,
a
it's called
Freemason.
Pure gold.
I knew
idiot.
it. I knew he was Freemasonic, dude. Oh man, I knew it from
That's
all
pure
his riddles.
gold, buddy. 24
Well, that's
karat.
good. You have gold. Good for you. What does that mean? That means nothing.
What's on you? No, I'm no fucking
Freemason would be like showing
I'm no
that stuff off.
Freemason. I'm no
So anyways,
Freemason.
he has gold
and
he's
guess what?
Freemasonic.
That's Blue
Fantastic.
Lodge, buddy.
He's a
Has nothing to do with
grandmaster
me.
of ceremonies.
Number 33, they say. Okay, that's what a winner you are. I
No,
like
you have no idea what Freemasonry is at all. Okay, the 33rd
All right,
degree
yes,
is
he's
Scottish
coming
Rite.
on here,
This is
and he's
the
giving
art.
like half-baked explanations of
This
things.
is the art.
As I say,
Hold
I don't
on.
know why you're coming on here.
This is the
unless you're
royal.
willing
This
to
is
go
the
into
royal
more
art.
detail.
Unless Cougar Doomer is willing to come on here and talk, I think I'm gonna split.
Cougar Doom is not willing to come on here, and I don't know why.
Why?
This has
Why won't
nothing
he?
to do
Cougar
with-
Doomer, come on, man. We need your wisdom, man.
This has nothing to do with 33. Ask me a question. I'll answer you.
Cougar Doomer, I really don't want to hear these people anymore. Can you come on here and say something, please? Please, Cougar Doomer, please.
Please.
Oh,
Please.
Yeah, I would
Hey,
like
buddy,
to start
I know the
talking
people at
about
the
weird
highest levels of
secret
that
societies.
bullshit. I know lots about it. Ask me a question. I'll answer it for you.
Are you going to speak in riddles or are you going to answer real
No,
questions?
I'll
then?
answer directly.
All right, perfect. Do you believe in God, yes or no?
Again, that's kind of a trick question. What does God mean to you? Do I believe in a creator
Oh, here we
of
go
this
with the
reality?
riddles.
Yes, I believe in the creator of this reality. If you want to call it God, so mote it be.
All right. Now we're on the same page. Something created all this. It wasn't the Big Bang, was it?
No.
Maybe God did that, right? But maybe he didn't.
I Big Banged your mother and created you, right?
Dude, can we please get Tanel on here or something? Tanel,
I know.
please come
I
on.
want to talk about anything other than Freemasonic horse shit. I would love this fuck.
Tanel or Cougar Doomer, for the love of whatever is out there, please come on the show and save us.
Whoever the highest
I'm
power
just
is.
joking about that, but like, come on, the Big Bang. Come on. Never
Okay, so
ever
Cage.
recorded a TV show.
These guys. I'd
Cage,
almost
do you believe in
rather
supernatural entities?
have D Profit on here right now. D
By the
Profit.
way, this was the only guy who was talking about banging my mom. You know, he did say some
I never
really
said
wild
that.
shit.
Everybody's mother. Everybody had to get Big Banged. Every mother in order to create you.
Okay, but only my mother you spoke about, so please don't talk about my mama.
No, I don't. There's no disrespect like that. My mother got Big Banged too, apparently.
Interrupt these fools.
Unreal.
Kadena.
It was a funny thing. Like, do you
Kadena.
believe in the Big Bang Theory? Do you believe in
Kadena, are you there?
I don't
Kadena. D Profit, I cannot take 15 more minutes of this crap. I need something to break it up. Kadena or D Profit or Cougar Doomer or
Hold on,
Tanel.
Ninetails Cosmic Fox is here. Ninetails Cosmic Fox, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show.
Hello.
What would you like to
how
add to
are
the
you?
conversation? Do you bring factoids to help us find specks of a spark of gnosis? Or do you perhaps bring a question to help us try to think about what the hell is going on? What are you bringing to the table?
Well, I am just joining on the convo, and I was going to try to help ask some more pertinent questions to Cage, but I also don't want, if this is just going to be a clown show, I don't want to keep contributing to that. I was seeing some vegan talk though. Oh, Cougar Doom is here as well, so I'll make this brief. I was saying in chat, like, before we had civilization and modern agriculture, it made more sense that maybe we relied on meat and that we were what you might call an obligate omnivore, and you need meat in your diet to survive. But now that we have global trade, for better or for worse, I'm not saying it's great, in that we have modern agriculture, we can probably supplement our diet with plants alone. So I don't think we need to eat meat anymore. It's a luxury, right?
Well, I don't eat pork because I'm Muslim, but you know, if you just cut that out of my diet, I think you just cut off half of my food supply.
I would even settle for vegetarianism because I think you can have sustainable diets based off fish and eggs, and even.
All right. Well, it's not about veganism isn't about sustainability. It's about animal rights. But
yeah, that's complete.
It could be ethical too.
Because hold on, if you look at it,
that's what it is. It's about
human
ethics
beings,
and animal
look,
rights.
every organism feeds off each other. It's like entropy or something.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess that means it's okay for someone to kill and eat you. Hey, can we have Cougar Doomers jump in now?
If it went down to it, I'm definitely gonna bludgeon you and eat you. If
All right.
It's actually
That's
neg
great. All right,
entropy.
that's great. Cougar Doomer, can you please say something intelligent to break up the monotony of stupidity?
Okay, enough of them. Okay, regardless, look, even if you're a vegan, you know how many. Actually, being a vegan kills way more infrastructure of this ecosystem than does somebody that naturally deals with this stuff. You know what I mean? You know how many?
You're just gonna start spewing bullshit out of your mouth that you have no
No,
idea
it's not
what you're
bullshit
talking
at all.
about. Cougar
You know how
Doomer,
many?
can
Okay,
you please
do you
say
understand? There's
something
something called
because
IPM, Integrated Pest Management, that
yeah,
kills
I
billions.
say, well, you know what?
and billions of things
The
per
animals
second.
you eat far more plants than humans, so you're actually killing more bugs.
Okay,
So,
how many
Cougar
bugs
Doomer,
eat
can you
plants?
come
Are
in
you
here,
dumb?
please, and help us
Well,
out? Because
domesticating cows to the level that we
stand
have.
hearing these people anymore.
If we can't sustain.
No, you're a complete and utter moron.
Here,
I have
Cage,
the
let me.
slideshow. I have the slideshow ready. Hold on, can you pull it
That's
up?
great, Cage. That's great. Okay, Cougar Doomer,
Hold on,
welcome to the show. Hello, Cougar.
Sorry, I'm going to have to mute some of you.
Can you pull it up? I have the slideshow
Shut up,
ready
Kate,
now.
for a second, will you?
What do you mean shut up? I have the slideshow ready.
Oh, do you?
Oh, you would.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Okay,
you,
well, give
good
us a
Lord.
moment, Cage.
Let's hear it. Let's
Cage,
hear it,
please.
finally.
Can we
Sorry,
at
Cage,
least
I
hear
want
from
to bring
Cougar
in
Doomer?
Noodles, please, for a second. For fuck's sake. Cougar Doomer, you're here. Unmute yourself and say something.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. What part of this shit show do you expect me to even speak to? This is all over the place. This is actually highly offensive to my intellectual standards. Okay, you guys got to clean this shit up. Noel, what do you want me to say? Ask me a question.
What do you have to
You're
say in
completely
response
retarded.
What do you think
to
about that?
what do you have to say in response to
Cougar,
some of this
have you
bullshit?
ever been accused of being a raging narcissist?
Okay, one question. Take turns. Something.
You guys, one at a time, guys. Go ahead.
Smoke weed.
No, I hate weed.
DNW, help me out here. Ask me a question. Pick one.
I want to move back to perhaps one of the most important issues.
I made the
and that is
slideshow about the
global
book of
heating.
cows.
We'll
Can we
go
get
to
back
your
to that?
fucking slideshow later, brother.
Are we still doing this cow horse shit, dude? Move on.
Later on.
No, we're not. No.
Cougar Doomer, tell us about global heating.
All right, I have
What's
something
going
to
on?
actually explain it to you then.
DNW, I don't have to tell you anything about it. You're living it, my friend.
Yeah, tell us what's happening.
Fuck you,
Go on.
Mooney, with these retards on here. Fuck you guys, man.
Well, fuck
All right,
you.
then.
Get out of here then.
Is someone telling me to fuck off? Why? I haven't said anything.
No, I didn't say to you, Cougar Doomer. I'm talking to the Cage douchebag.
Well, then they can get rid of him.
He's gone.
He is. He's gone.
Okay, great. Now we can get down to some shit here. Okay, so, yeah, well, global heating. What can I say? Yeah, a bunch of you people. Okay, India, Europe, where else? China, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, Australia. We love our Aussies. You guys are kind of in deep shit right now. The coming summer, everyone's saying it, not just me. I was saying it 6 months ago, but everyone's saying it now. You people are in deep trouble, okay? And the summer will tell, and then it'll go into winter, and it'll be more of the same. It's getting real, folks. You better start paying attention. Yeah, that's my answer to the question. What about it? It's getting real.
So, sorry, was that to the Australians? Was that?
No, the Indonesians, Indians, South China, Siberia and Russia is melting. I mean, it's just flat melting. They can't even use their roads anymore. And Here in the U.S., we're having heat waves that just defy comprehension. I'm listening to the weathermen, and they're like, we don't even understand anymore here in the U.S. They don't even know what to say.
So the way to define the change in trends, by the way, is that the amount of records we're breaking is record-breaking.
Yes.
Gage, you can come back if you want another time. Take care.
The record-breaking is record-breaking. What just happened at Kew Gardens? They broke a long-standing record. It gets harder. It gets harder and harder to do, by the way, folks. This is just statistics.
Imagine we broke the record by, what was it, 2.2 degrees or something?
Yeah. Well,
That's
over 2 degrees
crazy,
C.
isn't it? It wasn't like a long-standing record like that. You'd expect to be broken by, a kind of a point,
a tenth of a degree. A tenth of a degree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a major jump.
Yeah.
It's a major jump.
And it's not the only place where it's happening. They're happening in India. Major heat waves are being broken by major amounts, and shit's coming off the rails, folks. And that's going to be apparent pretty much to everybody over the next 4 months.
Sounds horrific. I was reading about Delhi, and how bad it is there. It's horrific. 45 degrees Celsius.
So it's worth noting, because I can hear someone saying this eventually, like these things have happened in the past before, right? Nobody's saying like these sort of extremes haven't happened before, but now these are becoming the new norm is the issue. Extremes are now the new norm, which is not normally what climate does. Climate is such a long-term phenomenon, unlike weather, that it should hold norms as a norm.
No, it hasn't actually happened before in since records began. That's the thing.
The way that greenhouse gases are coupling and the temperature, sure, we have had warm periods and cold periods, of course, though. Shifts in the climate, but these things would normally take place over tens of thousands of years, not within the span of a few decades.
I've only lived in the desert, so apparently it's been hot this whole time where I live, and I guess you guys never felt the heat.
Well,
if these are new norms, I can't deal with them. It's 112 damn degrees every single day. Even in the middle of the night, I walk my dog, and it's still 103 degrees. Why?
Well, most of the places we colonize are because they were the places that didn't have extremes. So,
I didn't colonize anyone. So let's get that out of the way.
We're here because colonizers built cities, or there was some sort of history where humans decided to settle there because of the conditions of the land, usually, right?
Well, you can leave out colonization completely. Humans have been spreading over the planet for 10,000 years, if not longer, and they've chosen places to live that are habitable by humans. And those places became civilizations, city-states, agricultural regions, and they can persist to this day. And that's not colonization. That's just human physiological requirements.
So, Doomer, one thing I would push back on, it's funny that I called you Doomer there. I didn't mean it like this, but...
That's okay, go ahead.
For better or for worse, I'm not saying this is necessarily a good thing. We have the technology to persevere through this. Now, most of us will not be able to afford it.
Okay, I'm a technologist. I'm a scientist and a technologist. Now you get the chance to prove to me that you know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Well, for things like finding new forms of microagriculture to serve local needs as conditions change, we can easily put stuff like that up. We haven't done a lot of this stuff, so a lot of it would be experimental. But at the end of the day, engineers know how to build a lot of the infrastructure around this stuff, just they might not have experience. So a lot of it might be experimental. A lot of it might result in some disasters that we would rather avoid by planning things out better. But this isn't like the 1930s where we're dealing with rudimentary, like we're still making sewage systems out of clay and stuff. We have lots of different materials and advanced engineering capabilities. I don't know what you specifically want me to speak to is all.
Let me just make a couple general statements since you kind of just did that. So anything that's experimental at this point, we really need to discount it or else create a Manhattan Project style response because we don't have any more time. Also, there's a lot of things that are given as experimental that are really just theoretical. Will it scale? Will anyone buy onto it? Is it affordable? Is it an international solution, or is it just something for rich countries? So these are not panaceas. And
No, I'm
furthermore,
not. Yeah, I'm not saying that. That's why I said
your
for better or
problem
for
is
worse.
not your problem is not lacking technology. Your problem is that you've changed the atmosphere of the planet to make it a heat trap, and that's going to change the planet. So even if you could technologically save some part of your civilization, the planet will remain hostile to humans attempting to live on the surface. And
Right.
our agriculture and our animals are surface phenomena, and you're going to have a problem adapting all of that to a surface that is hostile to human habitation.
I might agree if we either A, didn't have habitats with literal like climate control that definitely can weather this if you just pay a little bit extra, and this is the caveat, right? It all comes at a cost. Or if we didn't have transportation that could also survive a lot of these extremes, which we did.
Yeah, this is fine, and your arguments are familiar, and they're not bad arguments.
I'm just saying it's not necessarily the end of our species or anything.
Yo, brother, these are
it's just going to be
intellectual
terrible.
arguments that are outside of reality, because most of us are just getting by paycheck to paycheck, and we don't
Right,
have time
it's not
to worry
applicable to
about
us.
this.
It's applicable to the rich, which is what's terrible about it. I totally agree.
Yeah,
Okay,
and this is
I'm
the
just saying,
problem.
I'm not
All
rich. Most people
all
I
of the
know-
solutions being proposed are being proposed by rich nations and rich people for their own survival, and these will not be rolled out to
By
other
the way,
nations.
tell me which nations are rich, because I got to tell you, even though I'm an American, everyone I know is broke as shit.
Saudi
I
Arabia.
mean, we are
All
barely
right, okay,
surviving.
fair enough. Then maybe I need to be more nuanced. How about the wealthy elites of wealthy nations? Does that help?
Okay, so that means none of us.
Yeah, no,
Probably
what
so.
Unless one of
I've
you are a
conceded.
billionaire or something.
I've conceded that.
And for what it's worth, I'm not going to be wearing rose-colored glasses here. I am expecting, and the math is pretty simple for me, I'm expecting a 99% die-off.
No,
You're
I would
expecting
say it's still less, because the rich people will need people to operate their, even if it comes to underground
Yeah, I
bunkers
know
and
they
stuff
still
like
need
that.
their slaves. They still need their
No,
slaves.
they don't. They don't. I'm sorry,
No,
they don't.
the
They don't.
rich, they don't do it the same way they used to do it. Now it's through taxes and through other things. There's new
maybe
forms of slavery.
Maybe aside
pulled
from
off.
people who
They
think that
don't.
they're engineers, that they're not, like Elon Musk, most rich people understand that you cannot automate like your entire lifestyle without it eventually breaking down. And then if that breaks down, you're trapped underground or in whatever shelters you have. Things can get awful really quick. There's a lot of
Okay, well, that's. I mean, we're not in disagreement here. We're not in disagreement. So let me just be very clear on what I'm talking about, and maybe you'll agree with me. A 99% die-off of humans because of global heating and because of a lack of supporting infrastructure for 8,000 million people leaves 8 million. Yes, 80 million people. 80 million people is a lot of people, folks. 80 million people is not extinction. And you can even go further. A 99.9% die-off is still 8 million people. That's a lot of people, folks. That's all the elites. 8 million people is all the elites, all the Elon Musks, plus their families, plus their entourage, plus their hairdresser, all of it. That's 8 million people.
they're not going to go first if they can help it. But I would actually agree.
I'm
that
just
you could see-
running some numbers.
I would agree with you that, let's say hypothetically, for the sake of this argument, that 99% of places that humans have turned into actual cities do get affected and become like their new norms are extreme, then we could see 99% of their population migrate away from there to try to find somewhere else to live. But like, here's the thing,
No,
right? Like,
but where would they go? And just answer your own question. Where would they go? Who would welcome them?
well,
remember.
Okay, so climate change
Okay.
doesn't mean that all the climate, it just changes all the time, right? There's the shifting of the subtropical and temperate lines north and south of the equator. So a lot of people might migrate north to northern Ontario, for example. If you know what northern Ontario is like, you know that a lot of people could go up there and try to live up there if they really felt motivated to.
Yeah, but do you seriously think that Canadians are going to take them? Why would they do that? Why would they throw their doors open like that?
You can only handle so much. At some point, something's got to give.
No, I'm with
Finding
you. By
Gnosis.
the way, thank you for an actual intellectual
Yeah,
conversation.
leave me alone.
The guy speaking
Yeah,
about the
likewise.
cow was just being a buffoon.
Yeah,
This
thank
is real.
you,
This is
Cougar.
thank you for
Thank you,
having
Cougar.
actual intellectual conversation.
Yeah, we need more of that on here.
And to be clear, like I believe that we need a full change of the current way we live. I'm a social ecologist, if you know what that is. So I am totally like, I'm not even pro technology. I'm just saying like we can take what we've learned from technology and science and not make the same mistakes we would have made like even 50 years ago.
You know how weird it
Okay,
is
so
to talk about technology? The only reason any of us are speaking with one another is because of technology.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not like anti-tech. I'm very neutral on technology. For me, it's always a double-edged sword. It's what you make of it, essentially.
My hardest thing with it is I watch parents just put phones and iPads in children's faces, and before they're even 10 years old, they've already seen every evil thing I couldn't have even imagined until my 20s or 30s.
Actually, have you seen that there's a fabulous documentary on YouTube about all this, about the stuff that's on the TV nowadays and how corrupted it's made us all?
Hypernormalization by Adam Curtis.
No.
I have a
Oh.
question. To me, I think that some the parents nowadays are lazy because they don't want to spend time with their kids. Say they just put this lecture thing in front of them, and they just mute tweet, them just like attach tweet, them just and those stuck tweet. So them parents them can do whatever they want. The people just stay right where they're at, just staring at the phone and the tablets. So we are lazy because we don't want to spend time playing with the child and do things with them and stuff with them. They just want to put them in front of the phone that they're just stick to it. And it's
So
very
you have to balance this with the fact, though, that they are growing up in a world where that's also becoming their society. Where
By the way, she was asking me a
socialize.
question, and I was trying to listen to her kindly, and then you responded. But that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm very white,
Go
so
ahead.
I didn't even know that was a question.
I'm
My
white
super
too, brother,
apologies.
but I am Muslim, and it don't matter because everyone tells me what a piece of crap I am because
I'm just being
apparently I
honest.
sold out to the brown people.
I barely
I
understood
didn't
what was
sell
going
out.
on
I
there.
love God.
I just
I'm not.
all I'm going to say, like, if you're a parent, you have
Well,
a difficult
actually,
decision to
that's an
make.
interesting conversation, Musa Ali. I'd like to hear that one day. Why on earth you converted or reverted, as they call it? We will
Yes.
talk about that.
Thank you. Okay, then at least I know that
But
he
not now.
understands.
But not
We
now. I
say
want to hear.
revert.
Kadena just made a point that parents are putting their kids, are letting their kids play with their devices, and they're not like. She's worried about that. She thinks it's probably a negative because
I do not think children should have any access to social media before they're at least 15 plus, because I'm telling you, as a child myself, I remember the first time I saw pornography. All right, I didn't ask for it; it just happened to be on somebody's wall. And now, every time you give a kid a phone, they don't even have to look for it on purpose. Almost every other ad, sure, technically, in Islam, we have a hadith that talks about there will come a day and age where women who are fully dressed somehow are naked, but they're fully dressed, and that's what it looks like today. It's like, why do I have to keep explaining to my nephew?
It seems like a slightly different issue, though, because that's just been on TV and stuff for a while.
No. Have you not gone down the street? The spandex.
Could I just keep this on
whatever.
the technology aspect really quick?
We
With
are
like,
talking about that,
but
but
you
I
said
guess you
social
don't
media
walk out the front
specifically.
door.
Sorry, I just want like to keep it on social media specifically before we bring
Okay.
sex stuff into it.
I wasn't
think
trying to be dirty. I'm just saying that the
I know.
children are getting exposed to things very, very young because parents, maybe they're just not aware that it's that available.
Well, they could be exposed to stuff like that on a farm too, right? And they probably have been for like multiple generations before we started protecting them
No.
from this
My
stuff.
grandparents certainly the hell did not, because the internet wasn't around when they were
You don't
here.
see animals. You don't see animals doing the do. You don't
what
see
was it
how
that-
babies are made through animals from a young age.
Nina
said.
What?
Yeah, but
Whoa!
there's a difference
What do you
between
mean
that
babies
and
are made
there's a
from
difference
animals?
between that.
What are you
Hold on
saying?
a second. You are right. They did see that Nine Tails, but there's a difference between that surely and the overt sexualization of society, because in those instances where animals were doing it, at least the parents could say, "Oh,
I
that's
would argue
animals."
that happens more in the domain of self-image and if we're talking about like hardcore pornography, giving bad depictions of how sex works. But going back to the social media thing, because I really did want to touch on this. If like there's something about socializing kids when they're not on the farm, right? Because I would say if you're worried about them being on the screens all the time, go move out to the country, go try to live on a farm, because that's probably the only way that they're going to find other kids who aren't on the phone all the time. Because in the city, it doesn't make sense unless you live in a walkable city, which means no cars. It doesn't make sense to have kids that go play outside all the time. It actually does make sense for kids to interact with things like video games and stuff like that with other kids their age. And that's actually
I
how they
never said you could
socialize.
play Super Nintendo. I didn't say
I
you
never
can't
never
have a
said you
Super
did either.
Nintendo.
I never said you did either. I just said in a city, because we've slowly come to realize that it's not feasible to expect kids to always go outside and play, because parents want their kids to be safe all the time as well. And those two things in a city with cars everywhere tend to contradict each other.
All right, and now let me make sure you get your time here. There was a lovely lady who asked me a question. I don't even have to be the person who answers, but she
I
did
thought
make a
you.
very valid point, and please allow her to speak.
Okay, what I'm saying now, this is how aware parents should be too as well, because you have the devices and you have a thing on the device they are called Kid Zone. So if you don't want your child to go in pornography and those stuff and search for those things if they're not aware, but they can put on a Kid Zone on the tablet so they don't have available things access to those pornography that we're talking about. So that much better. So it depends on what the parents' awareness is like. Because if they have it, let their child using the tablets and phones, they search it. That's what the child is searching and doing as well. Because you gotta be one person.
I mean, my nephew looked up his favorite actress unintentionally. He was not trying to look for pornography, right? He was just like, "Oh, this is my favorite actress," and then Dirty Images came up, and I was like, "Who gave him this damn phone where he could just look this up?"
Yeah.
Like, who allowed him to just look this up? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to his parents. I'm just telling you how the man brain works, and if you put that type of imagery in front of a child, oof, we are screwed if we don't take care of this right now. I know
Mm-hmm.
that technology is a good thing. We're allowed to speak with one another, my sweet sister. There's no universe where we'd be able to even have a conversation without technology. I do think it's a good thing, but it can be used for wrong. You know what I mean? And I just want to keep the children away from it. You don't even have to try to look up something bad. You could be like, hey, I want to be Mormon. Hey, I want to be Muslim. Hey, I want to be Christian. Hey, I want to be this. And
All
then
right.
you see like half naked women saying, I'm a good Christian girl, and they got a cross tattoo in the middle of their breastises. And you're like, what? Put some
And ads
clothes
in
on,
games,
lady.
are really bad for that, right? Like I'll grant you that. Like I've seen how bad those are. May I just try to like talk about what we can do for a second instead of just cutting them off from technology
In
entirely? Because
in
I
in,
think
in theory, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
if you cut them off from technology entirely, and this is a tough choice to make as a parent. I'm not saying that this isn't a solution. I'm just saying it might not always be the solution, especially if you see that your kids growing up around other kids who are using technology, because then you might be alienated by not being able to use that technology.
I know that's the hardest part of today's society
It's a very
because
difficult thing, and I'm not saying there's an easy solution.
you don't want to isolate them.
But you can
But
do more than just cutting them off, right? You can have conversations about two different things. First of all, uh, don't go to porn sites and stuff like that, and how
that's not
much
even legal where I live.
and depending on how much you want to risk being a helicopter parent, you can get in there and look at their history and stuff like that. I don't have a position either way because I'm not a parent on how much you should do that. It might be invasive is my only concern. But then there's also the discussion about what internet addiction looks like. When are you using something too much? When is it time to start putting the screen down? And I think that's
Hold
applicable to
on, hold
adults.
on. Let
We
me
need
ask
that
you.
advice sometimes too, right?
Hold on, let me ask you again. Invasive to your own 9-year-old child?
Oh yeah,
Ain't a
you can
dang
be too
thing
invasive to a child.
Absolutely not, because I'm trying to
Children need
protect them.
privacy.
Well, sure, in the bathroom, for heaven's sakes. But they don't need screen time that's inappropriate. That's not invasive. That's being protective and loving.
Like I
That's
said,
called
there's no
kindness. That's
easy answer
love.
to how much is too much, right? All I said is that you might risk becoming invasive. So I don't know your specific child. I don't know anyone's specific child, so I don't have specific prescriptions on this. All I'm saying is it seems like another double-edged sword where you might not want to be too invasive as well.
I would just say I agree. No one, I mean, as a child, I didn't like it when I was crying to God and my mom would walk in the room or my dad would walk in the room.
Dave.
I was like, oh, this is invasive. But if I know my son is looking at pornography, oh, I don't give a damn if you tell me I'm being invasive. I want you to turn that off right this second, and I'm going to take your phone privileges away immediately.
And as far as I'm concerned, that's your right to make as a parent.
I agree. Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to give credit to the fact that it is a difficult decision, and there is no like hard line where it's like you're on one side you're not being too invasive, on the other side you are. So, like I said, I can't
Do you
give
realize
specific
we're talking
prescriptions.
about protecting children? After all the
Yes,
Epstein horse's ass,
that's
everything that's been going on in the world,
that's why I
and I'm
think
saying
some
protect
invasiveness.
kids.
That's why I think some invasiveness is permissible around in this kind of environment we're on online.
But you're saying permissible like I'm
Um,
doing something wrong. Of course you have to be
Well, at some point,
invasive if you want to call it that. By the way, that
think,
makes it
I
sound
think
dirty. That
Kadena,
sounds dirty.
I
That
think
sounds
Kadena was
dirty.
trying to. I think Kadena was trying to cut in.
yeah, question. We are trying to protect them in both ways, like not to watch program of it by themselves and such as which are at a certain age. And the thing is that teach them about their body parts as well, because they have to know about those stuff as well. What's their private parts for? Because when watching pornography, they're learning a lot from that too as well. So they go and stuff and things do happen after that. So you gotta teach them about those stuff as well to protect them.
and Kadena
You know,
makes a good
cause,
point
cause I
because
grew
sorry, could
up.
I
Oh, my
just
bad, brother. Good, my bad,
because
G.
I just want to
Say.
add on really quick. Continue to make a great point because there are actual studies that show that children who receive some what's known as comprehensive sexual education through school are more likely to handle those things maturely and avoid dangerous situations because part of learning about those things means you're not as likely to make bad decisions in those environments.
Actually, all of you.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am. I apologize.
There's a fabulous film on YouTube. You all must watch it, actually. I've put the thing there. It's called They Keep You Distracted, so you never see this. It's a satanic documentary. You all should watch it.
I don't want to watch the satanic documentary.
Pardon? It's just saying what the truth. It's just saying what's going on. What the subject you're talking about now is all about. This documentary.
I mean,
Well,
I'll
Satan's never
watch
going to
it.
be a part of my truth, if I'm being honest.
I'll watch it just for the sake of being able to respond to you properly. But I'm never gonna be a satanic
No,
whatever
it's
you are, if that's what you are.
no. I'm not. It's not pro support. It's just called Army of Satan documentary. It's actually you ought to watch it. It's very, very good. It shows all about
Oh
what.
my heaven!
So I
It's
think
not what you're.
Am I missing something, or is it just because Satan is in the title that my brain can't say
Yes,
yes to
because
it?
Satan's in the title. It's talking about the satanic influence that we all subjected to.
yeah, no, that's my problem is that I don't think Satan's a part of this. What I would
No,
agree
it's
though
not.
is
No,
like
right. They're talking about
consumerism.
Satan. Well,
Yeah,
it's humans
could
do it
I
all. Humans do right, all the satanic stuff. It's humans just still, but humans are the portal that brings it to us. Okay, so
but the humans aren't doing it for Satan. Even the humans are doing it because we have a market system that
yes, I
incentivizes
know that's what this
consumerism.
documentary is about.
You mean people
Oh,
get
for goodness'
horny?
sake! I'm just saying this is what the documentary's called. They keep me distracted, so you never see this.
I'm sorry. I'm
The
actually not
Army of
gonna watch
Satan
anything about
documentary.
Satan.
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying it's
doing
a
that.
very good It's a very good documentary. You should watch it. Just saying. Sorry, I spoke. It's a good
No,
documentary.
I'm glad you spoke. I just wish you spoke about something else because I try to lift up women because I know you get put down on the internet 24/7. You just happened to bring up Satan, and I was like, oh, Another
Not the
stereotype.
Provoker.
Here
I'm
we
just
go.
giving you the name of the documentary. That's what
I know
I'm
you could have, Dougie. She could have brought up anything on planet Earth. She could have brought up the cow. She could have been like, "Well, I've been a Freemason." She could have said anything. No, watch this satanic documentary.
Right. Okay, we're
Oh,
all on
heavens.
Let's
YouTube.
rein in the virtue signaling, okay? Let's just rein it back.
We're all on
Dial it back a
YouTube
bit.
at the moment. This documentary is on YouTube. I'm just saying, this is a very good documentary for you all to watch on YouTube. Jesus, wept you people.
Hello.
Hello. By the way, peace be upon him, Jesus. Peace be upon him.
The conversation it's when we just come break out of a conversation, we don't have to prolong on our next conversation to take you off course. Just skip and just go back to on course on the conversation, because that's going to drown out a lot and that kind of confusing. So and if we back to what we were talking about.
Just so it's
I realize we may not agree on things. I'm just not watching documentaries about satanic anything.
It's right. It's an ordinary documentary on YouTube. It's not on some weird channel. It's on YouTube. It's actually a very
No one's
good
accusing it
documentary.
of being a weird documentary. It's just
Thank you.
we don't need an
I
expert.
just don't want to look at satanic anything.
Chickpea personally, I already have my own explanation of why they keep us distracted. And it's not to say like there wouldn't be useful info in there, but it would seem to me like that's a very colored, that's a very religiously colored type of interpretation of things, right? Whereas for me,
I'm just saying that's just the name of the documentary. Okay, give it to watch. It's worth watching.
you've already said it is about how they keep us distracted, so satanic forces can enter our lives.
Because you were talking about your children watching pornography on their phones. Well, this is how it's getting there. It's a film about.
That's not necessarily satanic. It might be harmful for them, but it doesn't make it satanic.
That's not what I said.
That's just the name
Half
of
of the women in my neighborhood walk out with shorts that are up to their. Quite frankly, it's only 3 inches away from their private parts, and I'm like,
"Where's your neighborhood?"
I am not telling you my address or my social security number, okay,
bro?
But I'm telling you, everyone here, for some reason, I know it's very hot. It's like 110 degrees here where I live. So I totally get why these ladies want to be like undressed, so to speak. But they walk around buck ass naked, but they're technically clothed, but not. And I
mean, it's also part of it is the standards that men created for them in the first place.
Do you walk around when it's that hot out? Do you ever wear shorts and a t-shirt?
No, I wear a flannel. I walk around like I'm a gang member.
He never goes topless at the beach. He never goes topless.
Never wear a t-shirt when it's hot out.
By the way, thank you for moving on from this satanic woman. Oh, that was awful.
Stupid little spastic.
I love you too. Why are you calling me names? I love you too, beautiful. Just calm down, Habibti.
So, I was kind of liking the discussion we were talking about, like when we have food, right? Can it almost got into the discussion of can we have it without meat, without some other bad thing? It feels like Cougar kind of left.
Are you back on the cow?
No,
I actually am very fine with being vegan. By the way, do you know how extremely expensive that diet is?
Well, that's part of it.
I could never afford it. I could never afford that, and my bills every month.
All right, ready? It's the cheapest diet on the planet, dude. Okay, beans, rice, grains, legumes, potatoes. Those are all the.
Did you say Fagos? What are you, a juggalo?
Potatoes.
Those are all the cheapest.
Oh, I thought he said Fagos. I was like, this guy's not.
Wow.
And grain are the cheapest foods on the planet, dude. So you're full of shit.
Well, hey, maybe I'm a liar. No, I have
a musical interlude. A musical interlude.
No, my sister's a vegan, and she has been for over a decade. And I've been annoyed at her because I tried to do carnivore. I only got 2 months in. I couldn't do it.
Don't you wanna live forever? Your
Right.
consciousness
What in the
uploaded
world?
to a
What are y'all
floating
doing?
drone
Musical interlude.
Strange, we're gonna be forever strange.
Nothing ever was normal anyway, and for sure It never will be, not a hope of
Yo, where my hunkies at? What are we listening to?
Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Everything is just gonna get so very weird. Flamingos given hooves and beards. Cats that are half dogs. People with gills swimming through purple seas.
Narcissistic psychopaths dancing with their holograms. Robotic mosquitoes threatening to block out the sun.
Children raised by algorithmic shamans. Whilst nobody watches them, everybody
Yo, what on
screaming.
earth are you listening to,
Terror,
guys?
joy, terror. Nobody knowing what silence is.
Constantly stimulated. Constantly stimulated.
Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Monkey minds with eyeballs plugged into glowing screens, dreaming of electric streams, chemically
Yo, they're blowing
perfect
my balls up. I'll
orgasm
just turn my camera
screams,
on.
pleasures that no longer need another human being.
The dead might talk through vending machines, selling immortality schemes, trips across peculiar universes, completely subjective digital eternities.
Where nobody ever truly meets.
Grandma cloned
Into a glamorized cyber girl beauty queen.
nothing sacred
Anymore it seems.
Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Reality peeling apart at the seams. A cosmic joke fueled by synthetic caffeine.
In forever strange. Forever. Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange. Don't you wanna live forever? Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella.
And somewhere beneath the noise and the lies, a frightened little creature still looks at the skies, asking,
What the hell is going on here?
what are we supposed to do?
Was any of this ever
I feel the
true?
same way. What are we supposed to do?
In forever strange. Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Don't you wanna
Live forever. Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella.
Will there still be need for love?
Was love ever real anyway?
Was it all just a ruse?
A strange parade, a cosmic game.
Moving us towards
Forever strange.
maybe we were always lonely.
Maybe heaven never came.
Maybe all we ever wanted was somebody who remembered our name.
Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Don't you wanna live forever?
Forever
Forever.
strange. Is that what everything was for? All the struggle, all the wars, the slavery, the oppression, the revolutions, the apparent progress.
All so we could remain.
Forever strange.
Forever.
Don't you wanna live forever?
Forever.
And forever strange. Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Don't you wanna live forever?
Your consciousness uploaded to a floating drone umbrella. Forever strange. We're gonna be forever strange.
Forever.
Forever strange.
I feel like a changed man after that bullshit song. Thank you. Wow, that was awful music. Why did we listen to that? Forever Strange. That's like a half-ass Tech Nine reference, but it wasn't even Tech Nine. It was just some goofy white girl from Indiana.
Trash talker. Kick him.
No, he's okay.
I was just joking around, yo. I've still been trying to respond to the lovely lady who asked me a question, but one of you talked over me the whole time. Don't know which one because none of y'all show your faces.
Cougar Doomer says, if things get strange, it means you've not been paying attention.
I don't mean the guy who's lifting weights on his own in the background. The other people.
There was somebody else here, but they left.
Yeah, there was a lovely lady.
I know Katina
I had a
left, but there
hard
was
time
somebody
with
else
her.
as well.
Her accent, I just genuinely only understood every other word.
It's a nice accent.
And I felt,
Jamaican.
she sounded beautiful. I just didn't understand her because I genuinely couldn't understand her.
You haven't spoken to enough Jamaican people then.
It ain't my damn fault I don't love Bob Marley that way.
I know. So anyway, listen, Musa Ali, what age are you? Roughly.
32.
Roughly. 32. And when did you revert to Islam?
April 18th.
So this year.
Well,
so not
publicly,
that long ago.
no,
I mean,
publicly,
look,
dude, don't ask questions and then hate the answer. Publicly in front of the community at the masjid, I did it April 18th. But I did it like 7 years ago privately. But apparently that doesn't count because there has to be witnesses. So I had to do it in front of the community to make sure we're...
Are you hoping to get an arranged marriage out of this?
No, why on earth would you even say that? I don't even believe in that. I don't even think Muslims believe in that. What do you mean by that? No.
I was just fucking with you.
Okay, no, I don't.
Musa Ali. So 7 years ago, you did your own thing. You say you reverted.
I took
yourself.
Shahada, but I did it privately.
So prior to that, how long were you investigating it?
Well, I've been studying religion for almost 2 decades, and I'm still confused. But I truly believed, just like the Torah told me, there's one true God. And I never understood Jesus when he prayed in Gethsemane, saying he was praying to God. I'm like, okay, so he's not God. I'm praying to God, right? And I pray the same way he did in that prayer. And then he said, I don't know the time. There's multiple moments where Jesus says, I don't know the time or the hour. God knows. And I'm like, yeah, we all believe in that God. Jesus, Prophet Isa, peace be upon him. I love Jesus. He saved me like 15 years ago. We, as Muslims, we believe he's the Christ. We believe he's the Messiah, the anointed one of God. I don't know why everyone thinks, oh, you don't believe Jesus died for your sins? Why would anyone have to die for me to say, I'm very sorry, God. Forgive me for screwing up. I made a mistake. Why would you have to kill your own son to do that? And I'm being honest. I just don't get it. Even the Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Anyone who knows it, go ahead. Tell me the next 3 lines.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Daily bread.
And forgive us our trespasses.
As we forgive those.
As we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver
And
us. Sorry?
when did it say kill my son in the process of praying to God? Oh, sorry, ma'am. Sorry, some lovely lady just dropped her phone on accident.
What's that got to do with anything? I mean, does it have to explain the whole
Sorry, I
theology in
was
one
out.
prayer?
No, I'm just saying. When does
I
it
mean,
say that? I don't remember ever reading it in the Bible,
where does
the
it say what?
Quran, that you had to kill a child to forgive anyone of sin. I don't
It
understand that.
didn't say you had to do that.
No, it's
It
just
doesn't
what
say.
it's just what was
And
done.
why does the prayer have to explain the whole theology? Why does the prayer have to be reflective of the whole story of the Bible?
I mean, I can bring up other stories, but I was just
Yeah, I
bringing
know,
up
but
one.
I mean,
But I was
I don't
just bringing
understand.
up
I don't
one, my
understand your
friend.
point. I don't understand your point. You get what I'm saying. I don't understand your point. Why does the prayer have to tell you the whole story of the Bible when it's literally just a homage to God?
I know, and I love Allah. I love God. I
Yeah, but
agree.
I don't understand why you're saying the prayer has to tell you the story of God and the story of when it is literally just a way of talking to God.
I mean, even when he was on the cross, apparently, actually, Muslims, we don't actually believe he was crucified, but that's a whole nother story. But every
Where
single
do
book,
the Muslims get their grounding from? Because first you had Judaism, then you had Christianity, then you have Islam, and suddenly he's called Allah. All right, but he
by the
wasn't
way,
called Allah
Allah
in any of
just
the.
means
He
God in
wasn't. He
Arabic.
wasn't called Allah in any of the preceding texts, which Islam says are its ancestors.
That just
I
means
don't
God
understand
in
where
Arabic.
where did Allah come from?
You remember in the Old Testament, they said Elohim? Do you realize that God, Jesus, I don't believe he's God. I don't believe he's the Son of God. He said Ilaha because he spoke not Arabic, he spoke Aramaic.
So in Aramaic, it calls him Allah, does it?
It's just that language's word for God. We're all saying the same word.
What?
We're just
Yeah, okay, but why do the Muslims insist we speak Aramaic? And why can't we call him what we want in our own language?
By the way, I've had the same argument with the people at the mosque because they tell me I can only pray in Arabic, and I'm like, I do not speak Arabic, and if I can only talk to God in Arabic, I'm basically screwed because I don't speak that language.
I mean, it seems a bit strange. They say Arabic, do they?
Yeah, that's what the Quran is
I
written
mean,
in. They tell
yeah. That's a
me
bit. Is it not a bit strange that they're saying you should only speak Arabic when it was actually, as you
in
say,
prayer,
Aramaic
Aramaic.
and then
Yeah, I
Greek?
know. Isn't it?
It
No,
was Hebrew as
that's
well.
the Orthodox. That's the Orthodox, the Greeks. I know. I already struggle with my own faith because I just believe there's one true God. Who that is, I'm not truly sure, but I know there's one God, and that's why I say I believe in Allah. We can just say God or whatever word works best for you, but I think He's the creator of the universe, and that's why I want to submit my will to Him. And if I have it wrong, please inform me. Someone was talking about satanic documentaries. I'm not watching that. That's not helpful.
I don't know what is right and what is wrong, but I just think there's a lot left to be desired in explanations. I don't quite understand it, and yeah, it's quite confusing to me. But Musa Ali, why do you put so much stock in the Abrahamic version of events anyway?
Well, I mean, so I already went through Mormonism. I went through Seventh-day Adventist. I went through almost every Christian sect you can possibly think of. And then I became a Shia Muslim. By the way, most Muslims are not a fan of that. They don't even think I'm in the same camp as them. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I just want to worship the Creator.
Can I ask why? I mean, look, I don't mean this disrespectfully, but there's a lot of people come on this channel, right? And they question even whether you should worship the creator of planet Earth, considering there is so much suffering here. Some people view this world as a kind of torture
Hell?
pen, a prison, hell, and
Yeah, basically
they
hell.
ask the question, like, really and truly, could a benevolent creator have created it? I mean, have you ever has that ever crossed your mind that perhaps you're
Yeah, of
worshiping the
course.
bad guy?
Yeah, it's crossed my mind every single day in my life when I pray to God 5 times a day. I don't even do it right apparently, because in Shia Islam I can do my Asr prayer. I'm not saying ass, ASR, Asr. I do 2 of my prayers combined. The Sunni Muslims say that I'm evil for doing it wrong, but I'm like, are we not all just trying to worship God? What are we doing here? We're arguing over nonsense. I love God, you love God. I know the Christians love God because my mama was a good, sweet Mormon girl. She loved God. We might have
What
a
was it
different
about Islam? Look, I want to know what was it about Islam that made you go, "Wow, that's the one for me."
one true God. I know that might sound
Yeah,
simple
I
and
mean,
dumb
don't
to
they all
you.
say that? I mean, doesn't Christianity say that as well?
No, but they said the Trinity, so I was like, well, there ain't no 3 and 1, 1 and 3, whatever that is, makes no damn sense to me. If there's 1, how the hell is there 3? That makes no sense.
3 and 1, you know.
Is it 1 or is it not 1? Because there is not Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and
I
the
mean, it could
Father.
be said like there is you as a person. You have. I'm riffing here. I'm just going off the cup. But you have your persona, your psyche. You have your past, your present, and your future. I mean, there are many parts to you. So why couldn't there be parts to God that are still just God? If you know what I mean.
Um, by the way, if you don't know, we believe Prophet Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him.
I know that. I know that.
Like
No, but
we
you get
truly
what I'm
do
saying. You
love
get what I'm
Jesus.
saying. If there are different parts to you, and yet they're still you, why couldn't it be the same with God?
Because you said there's 1 true God, and then you told me there was 3. And
No,
I'm
no, no,
sorry
no,
if
no,
I'm
no, no.
just
That these are parts of God. I mean, could you
okay.
not? Could you not? Like, there are parts of you. Could there not equally be parts of God that make up the whole? Like you have your persona and your psyche, for example. You have
Well,
your id and
I'm
your
not trying to
ego.
have a persona. I'm being very honest and straightforward with where
Whether
I'm
you
coming
like it
from.
or not, you do have a persona. I'm just saying that there
Not
are parts of you that make
okay.
up you, and they are distinct from each other, yet they are still you. So why could it not be the same for God? Do you get what I'm
Are you?
saying?
Yes, I do. Are you Christian?
No, I'm agnostic.
Okay. Well, I've had a lot of Christians tell me you need to be Christian, and I say kindly, perfect. Which form of Christianity am I supposed to be then? Because half the people hate Orthodox Christians. My other friends hate the Roman Catholics. Some people don't even like the Protestants. But everyone keeps saying, be a Christian, man.
Isn't it the same in the
Okay,
world of
which
Islam? I
one?
mean, as far as I'm aware, the Shiites and the Shias don't exactly get along swimmingly well.
No, I'm aware. I've already dealt with that
And I believe there
hatred.
are,
I've already dealt with that
there are
hatred
also new
within
sects of
Islam.
Islam. There are new sects of Islam that are different as well. I mean, look, it's the
You mean
same
the
ball
Sufis?
game, isn't
You
it?
mean the Wahhabis and the
Yeah,
Salafis and stuff?
I've heard of various sections or sects of them that are different in some way.
Yeah, dude, I
So
know too.
I mean, just because there are more different like churches, if you like, in Christianity, doesn't mean Islam isn't suffering from the same
I
situation.
agree, dude. I agree, brother. And I just have to tell you, and I mean this sincerely. I turned my camera on purpose so you can see my face, and you, wherever the camera is, look into my eyes. I believe in the same God you do. Oh, well, you're agnostic. I'm trying to believe in the same God that Christians worship. Hindus, I believe we're all trying to pray to the same God. We just have different understandings and interpretations. And I'm very sorry if I got it wrong. I was told I got it wrong when I was Mormon. I was told I got it wrong when I was Seventh-day Adventist. I was told I was wrong when I became Muslim because I was Sunni. Then I became Shia, and the Sunnis told me I was wrong. At this point, I just want to follow God. I'm so sick of people telling me I believe in the wrong God. That's why I was annoyed by watch this satanic documentary. I'm not watching that. I don't want to be a part of it because 5 seconds before that we were talking about we don't want our children to be watching pornography on their phones and the iPads and whatever other damn device they have. I just want to follow the one true God. If you have the answer, please give it to me. I'm doing my very best
I'm
here.
agnostic. Listen, Musa Ali, have you got any like testimony, any prayers, any miracles, any weird synchronicities and such spiritual experiences that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, when I was a Mormon in South America, I did a prayer over a nice Peruvian brother's head, saying that he will be healed, and then he died the next morning. And I guess, depending on how you interpret that, he was healed. But I don't think so.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Depending on how you interpret
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I've heard that
his,
before. Like,
his
if you
pain was
believe in God,
gone.
then dying isn't so bad if you go to heaven.
Yeah, I know. The problem is I'm the only Muslim in my family, so it's like, is heaven not gonna be hell if not one family member goes but me?
Oh.
I mean,
How's that
genuinely.
working out for you?
Well, not great.
Sorry
I
to
don't
hear that. You,
understand
you
it.
see, look, Mozali, you seem like a nice guy. I'm gonna say that. You seem like a nice guy. You seem like you have a good heart and you do care.
I do care because I'm like, I'm not gonna see my mommy in heaven. If she ain't gonna go to heaven, just send me to hell then, because I already live in hell 24/7.
Shit, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Like, if none of my loved ones are gonna be up there, what's the point? But I
Well, if
also
your God
don't
is
want to just.
merciful, if your God
But
is
I also don't
merciful,
want to live wrong. But
if your God is merciful, and if your God does exist, and if he's merciful as the Muslims like to proclaim he is, well, I'm sure he must be minded to help you in that regard, if indeed he exists, if
I
he is
know.
merciful.
I know. It's. I've just studied
I
religion
take the
for
view
so
that if
many
there
years.
is indeed a God, and we are his children, there must be some kind of universalism going on. We must all be going back to God. I mean, otherwise, it's just too horrible to bear thinking about that. You know, a parent could create children knowing that they're going to burn in hell forever, knowing that, and knowing that there was no salvation for some. I mean, that's just too horrible to bear.
Hey, brother, that's what I thought about my whole life. Between
So
7
to
different
me
religions.
personally, I think if there is a God, if there is a God, there must be some kind of universalism going on, and everybody will be saved eventually. And that means.
I don't know
But by
if
the way,
I
I'm
believe that.
agnostic. I don't know. I just don't see how the eternal damnation thing makes sense
No, I truly
from a
do
kind of
believe it's
theoretical
horses.
point of
I
view.
think it's horses patootie that someone created all of these people and said, this one's going to hell forever, hellfire, damnation,
Yeah,
forever.
especially when I don't
I
know if
don't,
and if
I
I
don't
don't
get
think I
that.
don't know if we're really in control. That's the other problem I have. People talk about free will, but I don't know if I see it, to be honest with you.
I understand. They've explained it to me 30 times over. I'm like, so essentially, God knows which one of us is going to heaven and hell. Okay, and you have free will, right? Okay. They're like, no, but you get to make the choice.
Yeah, that
But
doesn't
he
make
knows
sense
where
to
I'm
me.
going. But he knows where I'm going. But I
That
still
doesn't
have
make
my own
sense to me.
will.
That doesn't make sense to me. But look, Musa, I don't like to belittle anybody's religious beliefs. Like, I don't like to laugh at them. I try not to, because I don't know
You can
what's
laugh.
going on here. No, I don't know what's going on. All right, if I'm being honest, and if I'm being a good boy and being
A
sensible,
good
I have no
boy.
right to laugh at anybody because I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I've been trying to follow God my whole life. I've just
Ah.
done it through multiple religions. At one point, I thought I was Jewish, and then the Jews were like, "You have tattoos on your fucking
Have you ever
face."
thought about Buddhism?
Yeah, but I didn't like it, but I tried. There was too much meditating.
Okay. Would you mind? I just have to go and get something from the kitchen. I'll be right back. Would you mind just holding the fort for a while? I'll be right back.
Me holding, okay. Yeah, where did that sister go? I didn't really understand her great. I think she was like Jamaican or something. I just didn't understand her very good. So you guys don't hate Muslims? Mm. Yeah, anyways, life already seems like nothing but hell because too many people have already died that shouldn't have died yet. It's so unfortunate. Two of my best friends passed away in the last year and a half. And technically, I guess they're not even going to go to heaven. How the hell would heaven be a nice place if my friends are in hell? Sincerely, if anyone's. I ain't gonna have a real deep conversation with myself, y'all.
Okay, well, look, if anybody else wants to come on, link is in the live chat. Otherwise, we'll end the show soon, Musa. But it has been good to have you here, Musa. And I appreciate you coming on, you know. Hopefully you'll come
Well,
back again.
well, thank you, brother. I'm just being honest about where I come from and what my beliefs are, and I realize there's contradictions. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I make mistakes just like the rest of us.
Well, you know, you don't seem to be evil spirited, mean minded, so that's something.
That's something. Well, thank you. That's kind. Thank you.
Okay, I
As
don't know
a,
if D Prophet is there. He's muted at the moment. He said 15 minutes, but he's gone for a long time. Well, I think we'll have to end the show soon, guys, if nobody else starts talking, because Musa's new here, and we can't put it all on his shoulders to carry the show.
I mean, I can try, but someone else has to show up because I'm not carrying it on my own. As a guest, for the love of Mike.
As a newbie.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, let's cut the stream then. Thank you, brother, for allowing me on.
See you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, we'll leave it there then. That's
Cheers.
the end of the show.
Cheers, mates. Love you. Good night.
Take care. Take care. Take care, D Prophet. Take care, Musa. Take care, everybody. Take care, Dark Meta. Take care, Kugaduma. Are you honorable Battle Vomit? Take care. Who else is there? Chickpea. Take care. Vegan Equilibrium. Our friend who came on. Sorry, I forget your name. The Jamaican girl. Take care. Yes, all of you all. Yerf Dogs, Alan Hill, Skate, GTGT. Good to have you back. Caged Reality. All you all. Tanel. It was nice to see Tanel in the comments. And if I've forgotten you, I do apologize. I do apologize if I have forgotten you, but thank you to all you all who joined in. And we tried our best. Thank you, Dark Meta. Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll close the shop. That's it. Take care, everybody. Until next time.